Welcome, this is Nuke Marine and presenting the Suggested Guide for Japanese Literacy self-study stream. And alright, so today it's it's February 9th in well, it is for me in Japan. It's 10:20 in the morning, so it's started a little bit late. Sorry about that. Yeah, the weather's definitely not as clear as you. I mean, it's overcast and it looks like it's snowing up in Tokyo, so I guess it'll be snowing down here today. I'm not sure. I didn't hear it on the weather, but it might be possible. So yeah, it started getting really cold from yesterday. Let's see. Also yesterday, what happened was, if you remember from the stream, I took the JCAT, the Japanese Computerized Adaptive Test. It took about an hour to take it. Did a little bit better, about 12 points better than the last time I took it 6 months ago. Scored worse on the grammar portion. So because of that, and it got me thinking about how I was going to approach some things. So let me just go and say, I could show you the numbers and whatnot, but what I did is I looked over the kanji that was going to be presented in this entire course. So in this entire course, this is just the basics. All right. So in this basic course, I introduced you to 1,000 kanji, Taikim's grammar, and then a dictionary of basic Japanese grammar. So a couple things about, all right, so the kanji, just from the numbers, let's just assume we don't do advanced. Let's just say we leave this at being there's basic, intermediate, lower, intermediate, upper. Those are the only things that we worry about for this point. And advanced is this distant dream. Now, if I can find that paper, where is that paper at? Huh. Oh, there it is. Alright, so if you understand that, then the idea is this. Okay, so we've covered 1,110 kanji. We've already covered that. And if we look at just the 6,000 vocabulary words, here's how the breakdown of those 6,000 words. 932, and this is just only the vocabulary presented in the Core 2K, 6K optimized series. In that only, alright, because obviously you're going to be getting some vocabulary words from grammar, both here and also in a dictionary of basic Japanese grammar, and you're getting vocabulary words from the drama immersion courses, whichever dramas you end up using. Like right now it's only Zettai Kadeshi, but there should be about 6 by the time all is said, or let's see, yeah, 6 different dramas by the time it's all is said and done. And maybe even more than that if other people start creating their own in that same format. And I'll even link to those. Alright, so there'll be a lot of vocabulary. But of the 6,000 that we presenting in a systematic fashion, 932 of those words, of those 6,000 words, are just kana only. Alright, so you don't need to know any kanji in order to know those words. Another 2,500 words use those first 555 kanji. Alright, so for every kanji you've learned, you got on average you got 5 words out of it, give or take. Okay. Alright, then the next 555 words. Alright, that brings the total. So right now the total is at 3,600 vocabulary. Alright, then that next 555 kanji, that brings the count up to those are used in 1,500 words in that 6,000 word list. So one quarter of the words. So that means 1 out of 3 words uses those set of kanji. So we had five words for every kanji in the first set, 3 words for every kanji in the second set, and then, all right, then finally is the last over the next in the intermediate sections. I'm going to be covering 450 kanji and then 450 kanji, bringing the total up to 1,000. So from those extra 1,000, you bring the total up to 700 words. So a little less than 1 per kanji, 1 word per kanji, a little less than that on average. So about 700 words, 900 kanji, and there you go. Now, then I looked at it, all right, and I looked at it and said, okay, each of these courses of kanji courses of 500 each take about 30 hours to learn. All right, so I think it's worth it, the 120 hours over the course of the basic and intermediate courses, to learn kanji in that systematic fashion. Okay, you get a lot of bang for your buck, because then you're going to be using these kanji a lot in vocabulary words. And what I decided was, I looked at it and said, okay, I also had there's Heisig's Remember the Kanji Part 3, which is an additional 1,000 kanji. And I looked at it and it's like, okay, of those 1,000 kanji, you only get 80 words. Of the 6,000 word list, only 80 words are used that use kanji somewhere in that 1,000 list. Alright, it's not worth it. Alright, so what I decided to do is I'm not going to present those kanji. I'm not even going to bother to learn those yet. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to figure out what are the new kanji that is not covered in the previous 2,000 list, and then just cover those. I'll do it like as a bonus course. It'll be so you basically just learn about 70 or 80 kanji or something. All right, and that's it. That's in the distant future when get up to intermediate part 2. All right, so intermediate part 1, everything's going to be the same. I'm not rearranging my list. I'm not going to redo my vocabulary list to kind of account for the fact I'm not worrying about these extra 1,000 kanji. All right, that was a screw up on my part. I should have maybe ran the numbers a little bit better before making a decision to teach 3,000 kanji when I first started this course. All right, and that's the reason why I want to try to overthink stuff before I have create courses, to prevent, like, if I decide to make changes later on based on interpretation. In fact, let me check my audio real quick. Again, this reason. Okay, my audio is working. Let's see. We've got 4 people watching. All right, so yeah, if you're watching, usually at the beginning of each stream, I kind of go into my little rant or discussion, then I go into my reviews, then I go into learning the lesson. So maybe around the 20 or 30 minute mark is when I'm going to start the grammar lesson, if you're here for that. All right. Okay. So anyway, that's what covered. But anyway, that's what I did. Let me go and bring this up. So let me go to the core files. All right. So this is the. Hopefully it comes up. Alright, so here's the vocabulary list. Here's the core 2K, 6K. And yeah, it's sorted by, I looked at the optimized sort, I looked at the Kanken levels, and I looked at the numbers. And yeah, that's just how I'm going to approach it. So yeah, so vocabulary is going to be, I'm only going to worry about, nothing's going to change on the vocabulary, it's just going to change on kanji. Because the reason is I spent the last 30 hours going over, or technically 40 hours, going over 555 kanji. And that made me thinking, do I really want to repeat this 4 more times? And I say, okay, looking at the numbers, okay, no, I'm going to repeat it 2 more times and that's it. The last 2, I'll put the courses out there, I'm not going to go over it myself. But I will create the courses for completionist sakes and whatnot. And I won't list it as recommended. All right, second thing is when I looked at it, when I took that test yesterday, the JCAT test, and I looked at the score, and my score came out to being 25 on grammar. In fact, let me bring it up to you again. This is bad, I know. It's a bad idea showing this live, but okay. Okay, I'm going to move this. God damn it, come here. All right. All right. So what you can see, I got 48 in listening, which 32 previously, 45 in vocabulary, which is about the same, 25 in grammar. Grammar is where I dropped lower again. All right, and that was the reason what got me thinking about it. All right, so the reason is, in a dictionary of basic Japanese grammar, if you get this book, and you should buy the book, it is one of the better purchases you can make in life. All right, near the end of here is the appendixes. All right, and some of the appendixes are what I'm thinking of doing, assuming if I can find a sentence file as whatnot, but turn these appendixes into memorized courses as well, and put them at the end. So these can kind of be bonuses. So I have a bonus for numerals and counters, a bonus for modifiers and whatnot. So basically what we got here, and just turn those into, you know, again, just bonus memorized courses for basic. All right, because these are actually pretty damn good appendixes, and these can, especially for the first part of the appendix is conjugation of verbs. So I'll turn that entire index, or it's actually not an index, it's a, what page is that? I'm gonna, sorry, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna look at, I've got my book in front of me, so it's a little easier to flip through the book than it is to flip through the PDF. But let's say I go to page 576, which is 316, 250, something like that, or 260. So I go to page 260. Come here. God damn it, you. Come on. I know I could just type in 260 and go there. But apparently I'm too stupid to do this. Alright. So roundabout. Oh, I went too far. There we go. Alright, there's the appendixes. So like right here is like a basic conjugation, so I can just turn this into a quick, I'm going to try to figure out a way to make sure I put it as a memorized course in a way that's functional, something that's fun. and it's not trying to repeat. It's not going to about you learning vocabulary words. So in this one, it might be, I might say ride, non-past, informal negative non-past, and your job is just to type in that answer. And then non-formal past, your job is just to type in this answer. It'll just be for these variety here, whatnot. It'll be that for verbs. It'll also be for adjectives and you know, a few verbs as well. So I'll be doing it that way. And I'll do also the verb pairs, the transitive and intransitive pairs. I'll figure out a way to get that done. Should be an easy way to do it. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking. All right. So that's me and my long-term. That's me and my little long-term goal thing. Okay. Now that's said and done, you got to look into what I'm going to be in the long run when I'm trying to think about doing. And the reason why I wanted to do that is like, okay, those appendixes are pretty damn good, and it would be a shame if you don't put it to use. But I want to make sure it's presented in a way that complements the strengths that Memrise brings to the table. I kind of like how each of these courses approach. I try to set up the course a little bit differently based on what's being taught. And so I'll do that with the Memrise as well, with the course as well. In addition to, I will create a bonus Onyomi Kunyomi, which is going to be very simple. You'll see a big kanji that's under question, and also have the example words along with it, and then you're just going to find the answer. Like, what's the pronunciation of that kanji based on that kanji, and then the words that use that kanji. Simple as that. So you see the word, you're just going to have to pick just that very brief pronunciation of that specific kanji. That's all. It should be a very fun, almost like a game-like type of, much more game-like, but it should play on something you've already know. So same as these other appendices. It should be basically putting in one quick little fun game-like Memrise course, stuff you already have learned from up to this point. Because by the time you get to there, you already have a bunch of verb pairs, transitive, intransitive, because of the vocabulary list. You'll already know how to do a lot of conjugation because of your grammar training. But this just puts it all into one nice little package to just as more of a confidence, demonstrating confidence. I kind of like the fact, yeah, after all this training, I guess it's sort of like if you ever seen The Karate Kid. It's the point where Mr. Miyagi actually starts punching the kid for real, trying to actually punch the kid for real, and then the guy's actually realizing, oh wow, you really do have the ability to do this stuff when put to real use. Okay. All right, good. So let's get started. All right. So yesterday did a lot of reviews for kanji. It looks like we just got 20, so not too many. Going to go there. Then I'm going to go into the grammar. Now, I'm going to stumble a little bit early on how this grammar is going to work, because I'm pretty sure I want to do something a little bit differently. I want to involve typing. A little bit of writing, handwriting, and a little bit of typing, based on whether I'm doing vocabulary words or grammar sentences. So with that, we can begin. This is all review. Okay, hajimete. Come on. I keep missing this. Oh, sorry.
Hajimete.
Hajimete. That was the one I kept missing. So of the 500, that was the one I kept. Okay, let's see. Keep going. Next. What's next? Come on. Okay, do this one real quick. Siyosa. Alright, and again, the trick here, noun, it's a kurigana, so it's not chikara, and it obviously strong, that's the kanji for strong. So what happens is sometimes I'll go a little bit too fast, and technically though I've given myself enough clues to get the correct answer. I just ignored the clues and went with Chikara. That's the reason why I kept missing those. All right, now again, if this is your first time here, feel free to there is a chat bar for YouTube, so you can go and make comments there, live comments, and if you got questions, I'll try to answer it, no problem. Yeah. If you find the video has actually been entertaining.
それ早く返してもらえる。
それ早く返してもらえる。それ早く返してもらえる。それ早く返してもらえる。消去。あなたのことは一切忘れるという。消去。消去。消去。消去。焼き上がったらこれを挟んで余熱で15分から2。焼き上がったらこれを挟んで。挟んで。OK。焼き上がったらこれを挟んで。一切忘れるということ。伊沢さんがご不要となれば。Alright, I'm going to あなたのことを一切忘れるということ。伊沢さんがご不要となれば。Ignore it, yeah. That's because it's a repeat of what she heard earlier. Sorry. 余熱で15分から20分置いてから出してください。すぐ戻りますから。余熱で15分から20分置いてから。余熱で15分から20分置いてから出してください。余熱で15分から20分置いて20分置いてから出してください。余熱で15分から20分置いてから出してください。すぐ戻りますから。置いてから出してください。15分から20分置いて出してからください。自己流 That's self-study. 自己流 Say night. 彼女のためなら何でもしますとかなんとか言っちゃってさ。よかった。Yeah, that one is a different. 俺彼女のためなら何でもしますとかなんとか言っちゃってさ。彼女のためなら何でもしますとかなんとか言っちゃってさ。なんとか言っちゃってさ。俺彼女のためなら何でもしますとかなんとか言っちゃってさ。
上手なんですね。
何のことで？
出張って上手なんですね。なんなんこれ？なんなんそれ？ Okay. 出張って上手なんですね。出張って上手なんですね。
これ返そうと思って。
これ返そうと思って。これ返そうと思って。これ返そう。お返し。これ返そうと思って。Okay, and 10 more, and then we can get back and actually start learning. ちょっとどうもI know it sounds simple. I just like the hearing an old lady say it.
すいません、ちょっと出てきます。
すいません、ちょっと出かけます。これどうすんのよ。すみません、ちょっと。すみません、ちょっと出てきます。これどうすんの？どうすんだよ。 どうすんだよどうすんだよどうすんだよすみませんちょっと出てきますこれどうすんだよ
余熱で15分から20分か。
余熱で15分から20分か余熱で15分から20分15分から20分
私ナイトを買います。
私ナイトを買います I know that's an easy sentence there now
ちょうどよかった。
ちょうどよかったこれ領収書これちょうどよかったこれ領収書jurisdiction shoe which actually income there show writing 領収書ちょうどよかったこれ領収書
伊沢さんどうしたの？
伊沢さんどうしたのどうしたのどうしたの伊沢さんどうしたのどうしたの Yeah, right. Don't think we need to. I think we've heard that plenty of times now. すぐ戻りますから。すぐ戻りますから。戻る。すぐ戻りますから。すぐ戻りますから。
リーコ
帰り、リーコ。Okay, we've heard that enough.
リーコ
笑顔になる味かな。
笑顔になる味かな。笑顔になる味かな。笑顔になる味かな。Alright, that's it for that. Alright, so now we can start. I guess I can, I don't think, a video series really matters that much. I'll still write it down because this is where most people care about. Alright, so let's say this is I'll say TK for Tai Kim. This is definitely part 3, so this is going to be lesson 31. So we'll do that. Now, because of how this is set up, Tai Kim's lessons are going to be, if you have familiarity with it, they're, let's see, what am I doing here? This will probably be downvoted to hell. It's neither here nor there. Tai Kim versus Imabi. I wish, Imabi is actually a good site. Let's see. Yeah, I thought so. Some people are just gonna downvote that. That's fair. That's understandable. Yeah, it is kind of like self-advertisement and whatnot. Let's see. We got to learn Japanese. Let's do this for new. And add this to here. Alright. Okay, and also want to make sure about here. I don't think you care about virtual reality rock drills. The Tanuki list don't care about. Alright, that should be good. Alright, is human Japanese okay as primary? Confused? Confuses Nigao. Oh, okay. That's where grammar books do come into play. This is the new. Nani kore? I don't see any questions that are really. Alright. Okay, sounds good. Done. And the forums. Alright, cool. Let's go to groups. Alright, so what I'm going to try to do, I'll be writing down when it comes to vocabulary words, I'll be writing those down. Let's go to Notepad. And for the sentences, I'll be typing them out. For the initial learning. Now, for the reviews, no. It's just complete click. Let's see, go run Notepad. Hopefully didn't. I'll be mad if it deleted the. Come on. Alright, and just to be safe, I'm going to also bring up the Tai Kim website as soon as that pops up. So let's see. Did they. Mother. Windows is pissing me off. Alright, It does automatic updates, but I didn't have I had a file, I didn't have it saved. So I got to redo that. That was for Ty Kim. Oh man. Okay. Now it's recently, for some reason, my laptop hasn't been taking the Windows updates, and all right. Well, it's neither here nor there. It's just that just kind of annoying. But anyway, I'll let's see. Bring this new. Okay, so right here is the notepad. And this is what I'll be using to type on. Right here. Okay, and I'll be doing that for. All right. So, and then this is what I'll be using to write on, and we'll just go from there. Let's see. Go there and make it a bit more visible. All right, cool. All right, so I got everything set up. So this is going to be my learning path. Let's see. Go to Tai Kim, and this will work also when I'll do Tai Kim, one lesson of Tai Kim, then do the lesson in whatnot. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to read it out loud in the one part, that one section. Then I'm going to do. So I guess what I should do is vocabulary first. What do I think? Should be vocabulary, then lesson, then. Yeah, neither here nor there. I guess shit. How did I have it done last time? Now you got me wondering. Come back here. Huh. Come on. Okay, yeah, so I did the lesson, then did the vocabulary, then I did the basics. I think what I'll do right now is I'll do the vocabulary, then the lesson, do the vocabulary in its entirety, then go into the lesson that utilize that vocabulary, then go into the sentences and each of the parts. So we'll do it in that manner. All right, so that'll be the workflow. All right, so here's Tai Kim. Open a new tab, sure. Okay. So first thing we want to do is vocabulary. All right, and these are what's going to be covered. It's only 8, so that's no big deal. We'll do all those together. All right, vocabulary. Now, what I have the option to do and you don't, unfortunately, is auto learn. I'm going to do auto learn on the sentences. Unfortunately, I wish you could do that as well. You don't have that ability. I apologize. Hopefully, Memorize changes or rules allow us to set it so people can auto learn. Basically, just skip over those 6 initial questions at any point in time, and just say, okay, yeah, it's planted. The seed is planted. Up to this point, is there no grammar at all? No, there's been grammar. This is part 3. So we've had grammar part 1 and part 2. So this is now part 3. Yeah. And we also had a bunch of vocabulary and kanji as well. So this is actually my self-study type thing. Yeah, I haven't done any videos for part 1, unfortunately. Depending on how I do the videos here and how I feel comfortable with it, I'll go and actually do a video based on the workflow I'm doing here, minus the actual memorized part of the multiple choice stuff. All right, so let us begin. So what do I want to do? I want to do this as preview. All right, I want to start with Yobu. All right, I want to preview everything, then I want to study it. So I want to preview, yeah. Okay, Yobu.
Sakebu.
Sakebu. Oh, Sakebu.
Sakebu.
I was looking that way wrong. Sakebu, to scream. All right, let's do this. Oh, wrong one. I'll keep you out of the way for now. Okay. All right, so Sakebu. Let's see, gonna go there. Sakebu. That's very ugly. Actually, I did that wrong too. Boom. Let's see. Boom, doom, boom, boom. Okay. Sakebu. To scream.
Yobu.
Yobu. Okay, Yobu. Yobu. Oh, come here.
Yobu.
Yobu.
Tsubuyaku.
Tsubuyaku. Tsubuyaku. That's weird. Should have attributes, but oh well. Tsubuyaku. Tsubuyaku. And if you're not sure what this is, Tsubuyaku. 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 If you're not sure what this is, you know what? Let me get rid of that. Alright, so what I could do also, this is what you can do, you don't have to. I use Rikai-kun. Come here. Come here. Come on. Let the, like if you're not sure about, obviously this is a new kanji, you haven't seen this kanji, so if you want to get, but I mean, you know, you press shift and there it is, mutter, grumble, to murmur. This is like Heisig number. Oh, it's not even a Heisig number. That's unusual. Okay. Whatever. Maybe this, I might have to change this based on what if Tai Kim even used this as a we'll find out. Okay. All right. Samui. Samui. Okay. Samui. Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Samui. Sorry, that's my my pad was a little crooked. Alright, it's got a quick question. Hi, could you give me your opinion on how I should approach your course? I was already studying before I found your channel. I'm at 800 kanji and on RTK and 1,000 cents on my Anki deck. What you can do if you're doing Anki, you can kind of skip over my Anki course. Unfortunately, I got it sorted based on kanji, so it's up to you on there. You know, just maybe just pick up on the grammar courses and then maybe just quickly go through the grammar, go through the vocabulary real quick, and suspend or ignore those that you feel like you already know. You know, and that's be the easiest way to go about it, and whatnot. Same with the kanji part. Let's see, samui, kangaeru, kangaeru. That's what the okay, kangaeru, kangaeru. And that's really ugly. But what I normally would be doing is I would be writing this down on my pen and paper in front of me. But I want to do this for stream purposes, so I'm writing it down on this pad and looking really bad, like I've got some type of writing disorder. Kangaeru, kangaeru.
高校生
Koukosei, high school student. And this is Kodo Gakko. It's actually an abbreviation
高
of
校生
Koko is actually an abbreviation of Koko Gakko. Kodo Gakko. But don't worry about that. Alright, Koukosei, Koukosei. So say Koukosei.
Tomoko.
Tomoko. Female name. Okay. In fact, let me look at that again. And again, this is where. Let's see. Hazig 1224. So this is wisdom. Wisdom and child. Okay. So it's no under sun and child. Okay. It's easy enough. So we already kind of know Dartmouth. And we're just putting that over the sun. So that's wisdom, and then Ko. Ko is using a lot of female names. So Tomoko. Tomoko.
すごい
Sugoi. Okay. Sugoi. You notice there's a slight little sound to it. So sugoi. 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 Okay, that's done. Cool. Alright. So let's go to levels. Alright, so what I want to do is just learn those. Yeah. I'll just do this fast.
叫ぶ
呼ぶ
Sakebu. And if you're not sure right there, by the way, shift. There's Sakebu, shout and exclaim, yell. So it's a Heisig 1508, but whatnot. Sakebu, Sakebu,
叫ぶ
Sakebu. Yobu,
呼ぶ
Yobu.
つぶやく
Subuyaku, Subuyaku.
寒い
Samui. Yobu,
呼ぶ
Yobu. Sakebu,
叫ぶ
Sakebu. Subuyaku,
つぶやく
Subuyaku. Samui,
寒い
Samui. Yobu,
呼ぶ
Yobu.
考える
Kangaeru. Omou. Kangaeru. It should be to think, to consider. Because it's here to think, I think omoru, but it should be considered. But that's I'm leaving it with what Tai Kim had said.
寒い
So this is based on what Tai Kim has offered up. So sakebu. Sakebu.
叫ぶ
Sakebu. Samui.
寒い
Samui. Kangaeru.
考える
Kangaeru. Samui.
寒い
Subuyaku.
つぶやく
Subuyaku. Kangaeru.
考える
Kangaeru. Sakebu.
叫ぶ
Sakebu. Subuyaku.
つぶやく
Subuyaku. Yobu.
呼ぶ
Yobu. Subuyaku.
つぶやく
Subuyaku. Sakebu. と叫んだ。叫ぶ。
叫ぶ
叫ぶ。あ、つぶやく。
つぶやく
つぶやく。寒い。
寒い
寒い。呼ぶ。
呼ぶ
呼ぶ。考える。
考える
考える。つぶやく。
つぶやく
つぶやく。考える。
考える
That's going to be messing me up. 叫ぶ。
叫ぶ
To think. I'm so used to being a mole. 寒い。
寒い
寒い。考える。
考える
考える。呼ぶ。
呼ぶ
Yobu. Okay, good. And the purpose of what I'm trying to do is learn these fast. I'm going to try to start going at a faster pace than what I've been doing.
高校生
高校生、
ともこ
ともこ、高校生、
高校生
And we are some of these you already know
Tomoko.
from the vocabulary. All right. So if you want to,
Sugoi.
you can. Sugoi. If you want to, you can suspend these. Great extent. すごい。
すごい
すごい。ともこ。
ともこ
ともこ。すごい。
すごい
すごい。Has almost like an NG sound to it. ともこ。
ともこ、
ともこ。高校生。
高校生
高校生。すごい。
すごい、
すごい。ともこ。
ともこ、
ともこ。高校生。
高校生
高校生。すごい。
すごい、
すごい。高校生。
高校生
高校生。すごい。
すごい、
Yeah, and if you feel like you don't need to, you already covered these words and you're already comfortable with it because of the vocabulary list, just ignore them. I mean, no problem. ともこ。
ともこ、
ともこ。高校生。
高校生
高校生。高校生。
高校生
高校生。ともこ。
ともこ、
ともこ。To a great extent. すごい。
すごい、
すごい。Alright, good. Alright, so a few of those words were new for me. Well, I mean, maybe heard them in the past, but alright, so let's go to levels. Alright, now we can start the, let's go to courses. Alright, so the way I'm going to do this, open these two up, and we'll cover here, and then I'll come back here with the, like right here, and go into ignore all. Save. Alright. what I'm going to do is when I get to that, I'm going to ignore all, and then I'm going to unignore the sentences I'm going to learn. The reason is these may be presented out of order, and I don't want that to happen. And so I'm going to, when I do that, I'm going to then go one by one into it. Same with when I do the review. Okay, so first thing is I want to study the lesson, then come back to the sentences. Okay? Alright, so here we go. In this case, it was right here. Lesson 1. Alright, so this is lesson 30. I call it lesson 31. So really what I did is, for the basic part, I kept it from, it's actually from lessons 1 through 9. Then I started on the essential part starting on number 20. So this is, I already did 10 of those, so now we're up to the 11th lesson of the essentials. And this is called Acting on Relative Clauses. If you need to, you can go to the website here. Alright, and that's the original website. Alright, I just try to put into here where I can use it. Alright, so acting on relative clauses. In the section about modifying relative clauses, we learned, in fact, I tell you what, let me go on, this is where I can start it. I guess. Yeah, frag it. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. In the section about modifying relative clauses, we learned how to treat relative clauses like an adjective to directly modify a noun. Okay. We will extend the functionality of relative clauses by learning how to perform an action on a relative clause. Okay. Obviously, we cannot simply attach the O particle to the relative clause because the O particle applies only to noun phrases. Okay. We need something to encapsulate the relative clause into a unit that we can then perform the action upon. This is done by making a quoted phrase. While in English you can add quotes in a comma to make a quotation, Japanese require adding a to to the end of the quote. This is a completely different from the to particle and the to particle together with and the to conditional if. Unlike quotes in English, we can perform many different types of actions on the quote besides the standard he said, she said. For example, we can perform the action to think, to hear, to produce phrases like I think something, I heard something. This is very important in Japanese because Japanese people seldom affirm definite statements. Okay, nothing is like 100%. This is the way it is, and there's no debate in the matter. They try to avoid that. This is also why we will have to eventually cover many types of grammar to express uncertainty and probability. So these are the vocabulary words that were covered, and already covered some new stuff. No, by the way, the vocabulary covered every vocabulary in this course, not just these one parts, but like here we have is sakebu and subuyaku. Okay, we'll learn the simplest type of quoted phrase. So this is the direct quote. All right. So we'll learn the simplest type of quoted phrase, which is the direct quote. Basically, you are directly quoting something that was said. This is done simply by enclosing the statement in quotes like brackets and adding the to particle to it, and then inserting the appropriate verb. Most common verbs associated with direct quote are you and kiku. But you may use any verbs related to direct quotation such as sakebu, yobu, and subuyaku, etc. These types of quotations are often used for dialogue in novels and other narrative works. Alright, so here are some examples. Alice ga samui to itta. So Alice said cold. Another example. 今日は授業がないと先生から聞いたんだけど. Okay, so I heard from the teacher. It is that I heard from the teacher there is no class today. Okay, and this is where kiku is what I heard, but it also could be ask. In which case, sensei ni. Well, never mind. Well, you could be also, remember, you could be to say something, also mean to ask something. The verb does not need to be directly connected to the relative clause, as long as the verb that applies to the relative clause comes before any other verb. You can have any number of adjectives, adverbs, or nouns in between. So, example 3. Samui to Arasu ga Tanaka ni ita. Cold, Alice said to Tanaka. So, samui to, and who said it? Arasu ga, and then who she said it to, and this is actually a verb saying said. Alright. So with that, we'll do those 3 sentences. So what we go to here, let's go to here. Am I missing it? Yeah, it's right here. Alright, so we go to ignore. Save. Hopefully those are the 3. Okay, good. Alright, then we go to preview.
先生から今日は授業がないと聞いたんだけど。
Okay. 先生から今日は授業がないと. Wait, make sure this is the correct sentence. No, this is wrong. All right, so let's get. This is why I want to be careful about this. So we want to do.
私はアリスと
カレーを食べ、今、
彼これはなんともうお金が
今、時間がないって聞いたんだけど。
今
あ
アリスって
アリスが
Okay, there we go.
寒いと言った。
Okay, アリスが寒いと言った. All right, so this is what we want. Now I want to do the this part here. Shrink this down so I'm seeing this. All right, so what I want to do is instead of practicing writing it by hand, I want to type it out. So what I want to do is like nope, come here. Okay. アリスが寒いと言った。Oh. All right, nah, probably shrink this down, make it a bit better. All right, so this is the idea, okay? All right, good. Out of said code, and this is where also you can make any notes if you need to. If you got to make notes, click on this, and it can help you remember stuff. Okay.
今日は授業がないと先生から聞いたんだけど。
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 今日は授業がないと先生から聞いたんだけど。In this だけど
今日は授業がないと先生から聞いたんだけど。
Okay, let's type it out. And if you need to, and yeah, okay, this is going to be a little bit more difficult this is, as the sentences get bigger, but yeah, this is also good for practice. So, 今日は授業が I gotta learn to type better. ないと先生から聞いたんだけど OK good
寒いとアリスが田中に言った。
寒いとアリスが田中と言った。
寒いとアリスが田中に言った。
寒いとアリスが田中に言った。Wrong one. Okay. Okay. 寒いとアリスが田中に言った。Okay. Good. Okay, that's good. Keep going to levels. Come on. Alright, we're gonna keep going with preview. Alright, cool. Let's keep going. Alright, so that's the direct quote. Now we go into the interpreted quote. Tell you what, maybe I can do this. So anyway, this would be 31. So I tell you what, it started about 8 minutes ago. We'll say for around 40 minutes. 40 minutes or so, approximately. This is the 9th. Okay. Alright, so the interpreted quote. Now I'll try to edit this so it makes it a little more obvious. This is a different section. Alright, so here's the vocabulary. We already covered. Let's see, I think Kangaeru and Kokose was in there. Shinjiru was already in there. The second type of quote is the quote along the lines of what someone actually said. It's not a word-for-word quote. Since this is not a direct quote, no quotations are needed. You can also express thoughts as interpreted quotes as well. By using this in the verb omo, you can say you think that something is so-and-so. You will hear Japanese use this, omo, use this all the time. You can also use verbs kangaeru when you are considering something. So for example, let's say, example 1, Sensei kara kyou wa jugyo ga nai to kiita n da kedo. And if you're not sure about pronunciations, again, just come here and just start looking at it, okay? I heard from the teacher, that there is no class today. So this is a little different than the direct quote. これは日本語で何と言いますか? So this, in Japanese, how do you say it? And アルスと言います。私はアルスと言います。And this is like what people call me. I am called Alice, but probably this is assumed by other people. So that's the easiest introduction. Or tomoshimasu. Let's see, is that the last one, or let's go back here. Yeah, it's still going on. Okay, so this is still on the interpreted quote. In an interpreted quote, the meaning of you may change, as you see in example 2 and 3. In this case, I am called, or as you can see in the literal translation, the meaning remains the same in Japanese, but changes only when translated into normal English. We'll learn more about the various ways of using you in the next lesson. Here are some more examples of thoughts being. Here are some examples of thoughts being used as quoted relative clauses. In example 5 below, the question marker is used with the volitional to insert an embedded question. Alright, so 彼を食べようと思ったけど, so I thought about eating curry. 食べる時間がなかった, but there was no time. Thought about going to eat curry. Okay. どこに行こうかと考えている. So どこに行こうか, where to go. Thinking about where to go. So it's considering where to go. Unlike the direct quotation, which you can just copy as is, the quoted relative clause is a state of being for a noun or non-adjective. You have to explicitly include the declarative da. For like, okay, 彼は何だと. So for, he's saying also for so right here, where it's right here, he's using nanda to. And this is for non-adjective, so that means not takai, but what am I saying? Like kokosei dato. So nanda to, kokosei dato. And does he have one for adjectives? Okay, no, not right there. So yeah, that's when you're using quoting a phrase or referring to a phrase. Make sure for nouns and adjectives, or not adjectives but non-adjectives, use da. So これは何だと言いましたか? What did he say? 彼は高校生だと聞いたけど彼は高校生だと聞いたけど信じられない. I heard that he is a high school student, but I can't believe it. Notice how the da was used to explicitly declare the state of being that is highlighted in the English translation. You can really see how important the da is here by comparing the two sentences. Okay, so here one use it and one doesn't. So, これは何だと言いましたか? So, what did he say this is? これは何だと言いましたか? What did he say this was? 言いましたか? 何と言いましたか? What did he say? Okay, 何だと言いましたか? これは何だと? これは何と言いましたか? What did he say? I think that could be expressed better. Might get a better explanation in the dictionary, basic Japanese grammar when we get to that. Okay, with that, let's. All right, so we're done with that part. Let's go. That was 9 sentences. So let's go to here. Let's play it. Okay.
先生から今日は授業がないと聞いたんだけど。
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 先生から今日は授業がないと聞いたんだけど。Not like the da kedo is like but. However, something's going to happen after that. All right, let's write that. Okay. 先生から今日は授業と聞いたんだけど Okay. And that's also a good reason for typing is it'll make sure that you're at least getting the correct word, whether it's like right now I wrote jugyo, which is different than jugyo. This is one thing that can help. Alright, so jugyo. So, 今日、先生から今日は授業がないと聞いたんだけど Alright, good. And let's go next.
これは日本語で何と言いますか？
これは日本語で何と言いますか？
これは
これは日本語で何と言いますか？
これは日本語で何と言いますか？ Okay. What do you call this in Japanese? Okay, let's write this down. Okay. これは日本語で何と言いますか？Alright. And you also get used. Like I said, this is I should have started this way back in the first grammar section. I didn't, and but anyway, this is a great way of just getting typing practice as well. Kind of like you want to write out kanji by hand when you're practicing kanji and maybe vocabulary by hand for whatever, but for sentences, do it by typing for fun, because that's going to be your major mode of communication anyway. これは日本語で何と言いますか？
私はアリスと言います。
私はアリスと言います。Again, we're doing the interpreted quote. Okay.
私は
アリスと言います。
私はアリスと言います。Okay, that's right. I'm doing 31.2. I'm just stop that. 私はアリスと言います。Okay, 私はアリスと言います。
カレーを食べようと思ったけど、食べる時間がなかった。
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 カレーを食べようと言います。カレーを食べようと思ったけど、食べる時間がなかった。Okay? So I'll write that out.食べる時間がなかった。Okay. カレーを食べようと思ったけど、カレー時間がなかった。Okay.
今、どこに行こうかと考えている。
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 今、どこに行こうかと、どこに行こうかと考えている。どこに行こうかと。Okay, let's do that. 今、どこに行こう。Should be right there. えている。Okay. 今どこに行こうかと考えている。You can tell my typing sucks.
彼は、これは何だと言いましたか？
彼はこれは何だと言いましたか？ This one word is going to be a difference.
彼はこれは何だと言いましたか？
彼はこれは何だと言いましたか？言いましたか？ Okay. 彼はこれは何だと言いましたか？ Alright, you probably see what I'm trying to do is like when I'm typing, I hit the space bar after each of these like particle phrases, if possible, or maybe also there's a, we'll call it a sentence group. It's just what I'm doing, and I don't know if there's better ways of typing. That's just how I've been typing. 彼はこれは何だと言いましたか？
彼は高校生だと聞いたけど、信じられない。
彼は高校生だと聞いたけど信じられない。Okay?
彼は高校生だと聞いたけど、
What?
彼は高校生だと聞いたけど、信じられない。
Do I really want to? I tell you what, I'm not going to bother right now. What I could do, I could fix that. Now, part of me is saying I should do it anyway. All right, let's do this real quick. This is part of the thing I'm going to have to keep doing when I'm doing this is, let's see, Bala. Oh, there we go. Let that load up. All right, so I'm going to load up my audio, my text-to-speech audio program. Let's see, we want to use copy this, copy. Alrighty, it'll be here. Yeah, so when we're uploading audio, some mistakes slip through. Maybe this audio was uploaded twice, the same audio file, instead of doing the male then female. That happens. Reason why I'm trying to do male and female voices for these text-to-speech is that at least you kind of get a, I mean, it's still going to be robotic, but you kind of, at least you're not leaning just that one way. You can see that there's maybe slight variances that can help. And the best would be, of course, if you have some native speakers read these out loud. There's the program. All right, so anyway, what I'm going to do, very simple. Oh, let me close that out. Okay. Jeez. Come on, dude. All right, I tell you what, I don't need to paste. All right, and need to read this out by show.
彼は高校生だと聞いたけど、信じられない。
Alrighty, let's export that to show. Alright, that's under Kemp. Yes. Doing. Alright, so we go here, delete this, upload the next one. Okay, go to documents. And that was under Tai Kim. Memorize audio. Temp. Alright.
彼は高校生だと聞いたけど、信じられない。
Alright, good. Alrighty. Cool. That was a lot of 彼は高校生だと聞いたけど信じられない。Okay. 彼は高校生だと聞いたけど信じられない。
これは何だと言いましたか？
So, これは何だと言いましたか？これは何だと。So, in this case, it's the part that's being quoted, 何だと。So, これは何だと。This is the part that's being quoted. This part here is not. So, 何だと言いましたか？これは何だと言いましたか？これは彼が何だと言いましたか？ Things like that. Okay, let's go.
これは何だと言いましたか？
I'm not doing this again. Okay, just... Are they all going to be like this? Alright. And
これは何だと言いましたか？
so what you're seeing is a reason, yes, got me into, okay. Okay.
これは何だと言いましたか？これは何
これは何だと言いましたか？
Okay. Okay. これは何だと言いましたか？これは何だと言いましたか？ Okay.
何と言いましたか？
何と言いま
何と言いましたか？
Okay, good. Thank God. 何と言いましたか？ Shrink this down. 何と言いましたか？ Hey, that guy just has his own tastes. 何と言いましたか？ Okay. 何と言いましたか？彼は何と言いましたか？ What did he say? What did he say that was? 何だと that is. 何と言いましたか？何と言いましたか？ So it's slightly different. It's like 何だと or 何と。何と言いましたか？ What did he say? 何だと言いましたか？ What did he say it was? I think that's it.
ともこは来年海外に行くんだって。
Next part. Alright, getting near the end of here. Now we're going to do is te, using te as a casual version of to. You'll hear me hearing it te a lot. Alright, so there's the vocabulary, there's tomoko, what was some new ones also? I think that was sugoi. Alright, you may be surprised to hear that there is a shorter and casual version of the quoted relative clause, since it's already only one hiragana character, to. However, the important point here is that by using the casual shortcut, you drop the rest of the sentence and hope your audience can understand everything from context. So, for example, here we have is Tomoko wa rainen kaigai ni iku datte. So, in other words, you're assuming like you heard from Tomoko. Tomoko wa mo okane ga nai te. I told you. I have no money. もうお金がないって海外に行くんだってなんだって That's a really rude way of saying what did you say? What, なんだって Well, it's not rude, it's just casual. 今時間がないって聞いたんけど本当 and then 今時間がないって本当 See, that's the abbreviated form of it. So you can see right here it had the I heard in parentheses. Te can also be used as a for practically anything, not just to quote something that was said, but also something you can hear being used everywhere in casual speech. Most times used in place of wa particle to simply bring up a thought. Asatte ame ga furu n datte about tomorrow. Or arasu te suggoku ii ito desho. Okay, so let's see. Those are 7 vocabulary words. So let's do that. Play.
ともこは来年海外に行くんだって。
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 ともこは来年海外に行くんだって。ともこは来年海外に行くんだって。行くんだって。ともこは来年行くんだって。海外に行くんだって。Okay?
もうお金がないって。
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 もうお金がないって。And it'll probably be a bit more stronger because it sounds like you're having to say it again. And you don't like repeating yourself, I guess. もうお金がないって。お金がないって。もうお金がないって。
なんだって？
なんだって
え、なんだって？
えなんだって What did you say? えなんだってなんだって
今、時間がないって聞いたんだけど、本当？
今、時間がないって聞いたんだけど、本当
今、時間がないって聞いたんだけど、本当？
今、時間がないって聞いたんだけど、本当 Alright, then the next one's going to be even abbreviating more. So, 今、時間がないって聞いたんだけど、本当今、時間がないって聞いたんだけど、本当
今、時間がないって、本当？
And that's just abbreviated more. 聞いたんだけど, and then that's kind of implied.
今、時間がないって、本当？
今、時間がないって、本当今、時間がないって、本当今、時間がないって、本当 And you don't have to save what you typed. It's just interesting.
明日って雨が降るんだって。
And this is where now it's taking place of kind of like the object, like making it the subject of the sentence. Not necessarily about the purpose of the sentence. I guess a subject kind of an odd thing. Asatte or ashita, ashtate, but probably like
明日って雨が降るんだって。
ashtate, 雨が降るんだって。
明日って雨が降るんだって。
明日って雨が降るんだって。Okay. 明日って雨が降るんだって。雨が降るんだって。明日って雨が降るんだって。
アリスってすごくいい人でしょ？
すごく Did I read that wrong? すごくいい Okay, I guess すごい I was thinking of すごい but すごくいいすごく Okay Alrighty アリスってすごくいい人でしょ
アリス
ってすごくいい人でしょ。
アリスってすごくいい人でしょすごくいい人でしょ And this is probably right. You probably don't want to be doing long sentences before hitting the space bar. Like you want to hit the space bar frequently, kind of like spacing sentences. But in this case, using it to select sentences. That's when you're practicing typing. Again, that's why you probably need to get used to practicing typing. Like I need to get used to it again. Actually, I never was used to typing in Japanese. I'm a bit more of a copy paste type of guy. Okay, アリスってすごくいい人でしょ
アリスが寒いと言った。
Let's finish this
今
up.
日は
寒いとアリスが田中
Okay, so that's good. Now that I think about it, that's saying 17 minutes. It was actually longer than that. That started around 40 minutes. That's about a 30-minute lesson. So what I'll make sure is I won't pause it. Since it's going to be, I'm not going to be doing I'm not going to be doing the memorize portion of it. I'm just going to be and whatnot. I'll keep it unpaused. And that's just me covering the lesson and then doing the typing, which I think should be considered part of the lesson. Alright, and with that said, so anyway, like I said, I'm trying to figure out a good workflow and then get on to that. Alright, so I finished up this part. Now what I want to do is go to the level again. Okay, I want to do these in parts, and then so 3, then 9, then the last one was 7, whatnot, and we'll do it like that. Alright, so let's go learn these words. Do I want to do it that way? Yeah, I want to do it that way. All right, so let's do the first part. And I'm not doing that. No, 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 no. Yes, leave. Sorry. First things first. Option. How to learn. You don't get this option, I apologize. Okay. I do. But yeah. Okay. 先生が、聞いた。今日は授業がないと先生から聞いたんだけど、OK。So be 今日は授業がないと先生から聞いたんだけど、聞いた。should be 聞いたばや。
今日は授業がないと先生から聞いたんだけど。
寒いとアルスから田中にアルスから聞いた。と言った。と言った。寒いとアルスが田中に言った。いや、そう。寒いとアリスが田中に言った。
寒いとアリスが田中に言った。
寒いとアリスが言った。Or you can say アリスが寒いと言った。It's however you want to say it. But yeah. 寒いと言った。
アリスが寒いと言った。
アリスが寒いと言った。Okay. Let's go levels. Now unpause the next 9 or unignore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Yeah, it looks like yeah, that one. Okay, save. Okay, auto learn. What happened? Mew Mew low. Oh yeah. What do you mean? Auto learn. Did you guys see the Imabi versus Taiken throw? Yeah, I responded to him. Imabi's better. It's just that I'm just used Taiken for so long. That's why I use it for here. Yeah, I think it reasons Taikim's not updated at all. I mean, it's just he's already put it out. He doesn't update it. It's nothing. It's just left as is. But it is released under what's called community or Creative Commons. So that means eBay could take it and improve it if they wanted to. So that's sort of what I did. I took it and put it into Memrise. Yeah, it appears. I mean, I've looked at Imabi. It's not. It appears overwhelming, and that's the problem. He was told that, like, improve the appearance of it so it looks more approachable to beginners. All right, try to think of it not someone who already knows Japanese, and this is how he's like, okay, let's make it as user friendly as possible, also as approachable, and that takes finesse to do sometimes. All right, so let's review these. これは日本語で何と言います。何と言います。何だと言います。これは日本語で何と言いますか。Yeah, it is 何と言いますか。
これは日本語で何と言いますか。
何と言いますか。It should be 何と言いますか。言いますか。I think it's saying と言います。と言いますか。Probably have to stretch that out. Okay. 帰りに行こうかと考えただけど時間がなかった。カレーを食べようと思ったけど食べる時間がなかった。
カレーを食べようと思ったけど食べる時間がなかった。
Now, when you're doing the reviews, just go through it fast. Go through these 6 questions as fucking fast as you can, and then worry about the repeating near the end and whatnot. Again, I don't have to worry about that because of my options. But yeah, if you're reviewing, just go through them fast. Okay, どこに行こうかと考えている。今どこに行こうかと考えている。今どこに行こうかと考えている。
今 どこに行こうかと考えている。
今どこに行こうかと考えている。私は彼は高校生だと聞いたんだけど信じられない。彼は高校生だと聞いたけど信じられない。
彼は高校生だと聞いたけど信
彼
じられない。
は高校生だと聞いたけど信じられない。なんだと彼だと or actually 高校生だとwhat did he say? 彼は何だと言いましたか？彼は what did he say? What did he say it was? Okay, what did he say? 何と言いましたか？彼は何と言いましたか？
何と言いましたか？
何と言いましたか？今日は授業がないと先生から聞いたんだけど、先生から OK、そう、先生から今日は授業がないと聞いたんだけど and it's not quoted, so there's no brackets. Okay. So it's basically like paraphrasing.
先生から今日は授業がないと聞いたんだけど
先生から今日は授業がないと聞いたけどアリスと言います。私はアリスと言います。
私はアリスと言います。
私はアリスと言います。これは何だと言いましたか？彼はこれは何だと言いましたか？
彼はこれは何だと言いましたか？
Is that correct? いや、彼はこれは。Okay. Always defer to the source material. What did he say this was? Is 何だと言いましたか？これは何だと言いましたか？ That's the same thing? Oh, never mind.
これは何だと言いましたか？
これは何だと言いましたか？ Alright, good. Okay. Go to levels again. Alright, and do the last event. Looks like I'm starting to bore people, so they're starting to leave. Alright, let's see. Ignore none. Save. Okay, cool. Let's continue learning. ともこは来年海外に行こう。行くって。ともこは来年。Oh, God damn it. Never mind. Leave. Sorry. Gotta do the auto learn. Auto learn. All done.アリスはすごくいい人でしょ？アリスって、and it should give you the option, like it should tell you this part, but I don't know why it's not. That makes me wonder. New tab. Let me just check something real quick. Because I can do this, let's go to database. Okay, good. So I want to make sure when this is testing, grammar lessons. Yeah, save. Save. Okay, good. Alright, so you want to have that visible because that's just a quick reference. And also I'll tell you like what grammar phrase that we're caring about. It's not going to matter here right here. So let's tell you what. Let's go back one. Leave. Yeah, sure. All right. So let's try that again. All right. Let's review those. See if that makes it look better. All right. So now we got using the te. So we know that when I do this, like you want to use this te, and this is a reference in case you want to look it up. Okay. So 今時間がないって本当？今時間がないって聞いたんだけど本当？ Now you notice which one is this case, but it was like the whole thing. So 今時間がないって聞いたんだけど本当？
今、時間がないって聞いたんだけど、本当？
明日って雨が降るんでしょ？降るんだって。明日って雨が降るんだって。
明日って雨が降るんだって。
ともこは来年海外に行くだって。行くだって。行くんだ。OK。ともこは来年海外に行くんだって。行くんだ。
ともこは来年海外に行くんだって。
もう金がないって。もうお金がないって。
もうお金がないって。
アリスってすごくいい人でしょ？アリスってすごくいい人でしょ？
アリスってすごくいい人でしょ？
You don't have time now. 今時間がない。今時間がないって本当？今時間がないって本当？
今時間がないって本当？
本当？なんだって？なんだって？
なんだって？
Okay, so that's good. All right, and that's it. And finish with that lesson. Okay, so we can go to, I think that was levels. Okay, and that's all done. All right, so let's go here. Okay, so that's 31. So now what I want to do is go to, I guess I can have these separate. Let's see. Close this out. Close that out. I guess I can go to groups. Close that out. Alright, so this is the more complicated. This is the more denser version. I'll put it that way. There would be no vocabulary for it, looks like. Performing an action, trying out. Am I missing something? Performing an action. Okay. Alright, so what's got to do? Make sure it's Hiru-san. Hiru-san. Alright, so let's do that. We'll option preview. Alright, so I'm going to try to learn this entire lesson, if
トム
possible.
は日本へ行きたいと言っている。
Alright, so that's good. Alright, so what I need to make sure is bring up, so this is going to be page 476. So let's bring this up. 476, so that's minus 316. Should be 160 or close to it. Come here, stop that. 160. Close to it. What was the page? 460. I guess got to add 10 to it then. Okay, so subtract 306. Yes, this one. Alright, so it's total particle 3. Make sure, is that it? Still 3, page 478. Oh, 478. Okay. There we are. Okay. Yeah. Alright, the to, the particle. A particle which marks a quotation, sound, or the manner in which someone or something does something. So that, with the sound of, in the manner of. So, for example, sentences. Hiro-san wa watashi ni nihongo de konnichiwa to ita. Said to me in Japanese. Hello. So formation is quotation, so quoted out with brackets, to, and then whatever you say. So, watashi wa gakusei desu to. Now if I say, watashi wa gakusei da to, that I am a student, that's without the quotations. Phonomime to, bata bata to, with the clattering. So it means with, or phenomime to, yukuri. I don't know what phonomeme and phenomeme is, phenomime or psychomime. Uki to, cheerfully. Yukuri to, slowly. Alright, so some example words. Tomo wa Nihon e itai to iteru. Ikitai to, I heard, or Tom says. Iteru is saying, or it should be is saying. Tom says he wants to go to Japan, so it would be is saying. これは16世紀に建てられたと書いてあります。So it is written that this is built in the 16th century. これは16世紀に書いてられてありますか Okay? 私はバスで行こうと思う。I think と思う。I think I will go by bus. 私はバスで行こうと思う。子供たちはバタバタと走り回った。Okay, so 走り回った means I guess running around in circles. Bata bata to, clattering noises. Okay, run around making noises. Okay. Michiko wa shikkarito, firmly. Shikkarito, watashi no te o te ni kita. Te ni gita. Okay. That's weird, okay. And then Ben wa mutsuri, sullenly. Mutsuri to swateru, sullenly. Mutsuri. Ben wa mutsuri to, sullenly. Swateru. Interesting. Alright, to is basically used to mark a quotation. The literal meaning of to is to say with the sound of. To say with this sound. The use of to, however, has been extended further to cover indirect quotations, like in examples A and B, and even thoughts. The internal voice as example C, to kangaeteru. Note that in Japanese, to is necessary for direct quotations and indirect quotations, as seen in key sentences and example A. Okay, so when using brackets. To is used to mark the content of such actions as amo, to think or feel, kangaeru, to think with intellect, kaku, to write, kiku, to hear, and setsume suru, to explain. To is used with phonomemes, as in D, example D. Again, the idea is that someone or something makes the sound directly by to, bata bata to, when doing something. Note the sound symbolism in Japan, not children words, rather they are important part. Okay, yeah, so, yeah, that's probably part of vocabulary that'll be coming up. And there might be there are books they sell based on that teach those as well in groups. When a sound is repeated twice, like bata bata, the to can be omitted. When a sound is not repeated, our to does not drop at all. So, kodomo tachi wa bata bata hashiri mawatta. So, maso wa batan to do shimeta, with a loud noise or with bang. Close the door with a bang. Batan. The use of to with phonomemes is extended to phenomemes and psychomemes, as in examples E and F, though they are not representative of actual sounds. Okay, and this is in the characteristic sound symbolism, characteristic of Japanese grammar 8, sound symbolism. I think that's in the first part of the book, which again I don't really cover too much, or at all really. All right, so that's it for that. Let's go with okay, so we read up on it. What were the... How far did I want to go? So just want to do it till this is finished. Alright, so 友は日本へ行きたいと言っている。Now, in this case, in these sentences, we use brackets to show off the grammar point. So this isn't the to is not being quoted. It's just showing this is the to for the sentence. Yeah. Stop that. All right.
トムは日本へ行きたいと言っている。
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 トムは日本へ行きたいと言っている。He's saying he wants to go to Japan. Okay, let's write that down. トムは日本へ行きたいと言っている。Okay, トムは日本へ行きたいと言っている。
これは16世紀に建てられたと書いてあります。
これは16世紀に建てられたと聞いてあります。
これは16世紀に建てられたと書いてあります。
これは16世紀に建てられたと聞いてあります。Okay, let's write it down. I'm liking this workflow. これは16世紀に建てられたと聞いてあります。と書いて、oh, mess that up. 書いてあります。書いてあります。と書いてあります。OK、これは16世紀に建てられてと書いてあります。
私はバスで行こうと思う。
私はバスで行こうと思う。
私はバスで行こうと思う。私はバスで行こうと思う。
Think about it. 私はバスで行こうと思う。私はバスで行こうと思う。
子供たちはバタバタと走れ回った。
子供たちはバタバタと走れ回った。
子供たち
はバタバタと走れ回った。
子供たちはバタバタと走れ回った。Okay. 子供たちはバタバタと走れ回った。子供たちはバタバタと走れ回った。
マチコはしっかりと私の手を握った。
マチコはしっかりと私の手を握った。firmly. So しっかりと firmly. しっかりと私の手を握った。And 握る would be probably grip. Okay?
マチコはし
っかりと私の手を握った。
マチコはしっかりと私の手を握った。Okay? マチコはしっかりと私の手を握った。Feels off, that 握った or 握る. Let me look at that real quick. We want here. 握った not 握った、握る. Okay. Let me correct that real quick.
マチコはしっかりと私の手を握った。
Okay. 握る、握った。Yeah, right there. But we don't want. We want it out. Okay. Actually, I guess we already know nigiru. We can change that. It's no problem. Nigita. Yeah. What I should be doing is reading it and then verifying the sentences are correct when I'm doing the review. That'd be a smarter way of doing it. Copy. And let's change this up. That's actually annoying me. Sorry. Okay. All right. Where did oh, here it is. Okay. All right. So we do that. Make sure it works.
マチコはしっかりと私の手を握った。
Nigita. Okay. Good. Let's get that out to show. Yep. And do this for Masaki. Come on. Okay. Show Misaki. Okay.
マチコは
マチコはしっかりと私の手を握った。
There we go. All right, so I need to make sure that's part of my workflow. Is I'll check the sentences. I should check the sentences ahead of time, make sure there's no typos, and then when I'm reading them over anyway, and then yeah, because that's going to happen. There are going to be typos. I need to make sure I fix those as time goes on. Okay, cool. Nigita.
私は日本歴史を読もうと思う。
Okay, so this is a different thing. So yoto mo. So I'm not going to worry about that. This is a different part. All right. So now that's done. I
私
can.
は日本歴史を読もうと思う。
You don't have to make it as complicated as I'm doing it, but okay. Right here. All right, so I'm gonna unignore those. So let's see, it was Delta. Let's see, there, and there. Okay, we can save those. And I'm just gonna auto learn. And like I said, the about for recording is not this part. I think the most one is the one for Taikim. That's the one most people are going to be watching. I'm not going to advertise these videos because again, I'm just kind of worried about the copyright issues because I am like showing the book directly, even though I'm reading from it. And I think fair use is kind of covered in this, and it's not in a very good format for people to use and whatnot. But just in case, I'll leave it at that way, just to respect, have respect for the author. Because again, it's an amazing book, and I do recommend people go out and buy it. I mean, a Dictionary of Basic Japanese Grammar. It's money well spent. It is money very, very well spent. I wish I had actually used it much earlier. I wish I had material that was collected would allow it easier for me to use it. Because I'm not the type of person who's I wouldn't type all this out by hand. But some people went and made the effort to, put this into a text format or a spreadsheet format that was able to get it used. Okay, so those are all learned. Let's review them. So, Machiko wa shikari to 私の手を逃げた。So there we go. マチコはしっかりと私の手を逃げた。
マチコはしっかりと私の手を握った。
握った。Okay. トモは日本へ行きたいと言っている。Should be is saying instead of but it's alright. トモは日本へ行きたいと言っている。
トムは日本へ行きたいと言っている。
子供たちはバタバタと走れ終わった。走れ Should be 走り I thought so. Alright. And again, this is where the studying becomes boring because you get to see me go and fix errors that probably are not seem kind of petty, but for people who are going to use this after I am done, it's not so petty. All right.
子供たちはバタバタと走り回った。
走り回った。Okay, that makes more sense. Let's save that out. Saki. Okay. Okay.
子供たちはバタバタと走り回った。
子供たちはバタバタと走り回った。
走り回った。There we go. Alright, cool. Alright. Close that out. And 子供たちはバタバタと走り回った。
子供たちはバタバタと走り回った。
Okay. これは16世紀に建てられたと書いていますか？書きました。これは16歴史書いてあります。Am I reading it right? これは16歴史書いてあります。いや、書いてあります。これは16世紀に建てられたと書いてあります。
これは16世紀に建てられたと書いてあります。
書いてあります。ヒロさんは私に日本語でこんにちはと言った。Okay. ヒロさんは私に日本語でこんにちはと言った。
ヒルさんは私に日本語でこんにちはと言いました。
言いました。I think I accidentally added a space there. That's the okay. I think バスで行こうか。バスで行こうと思う。私はバスで行こうと思う。Will go by bus 行こうと思う。
私はバスで行こうと思う。
Alright, cool. That was 4 minutes. Good. Alright, that part's done. Let's see what we're going to do next. Levels. Can't worry about that next part. Alright, so let's play this again. Alright, so this was page 569. So minus 10, so 306. So minus 263. So maybe 263 or something like that. Sumori, sumori. To yoto mo, yoto omo. Why is it saying sumori there? That makes sense. Oh, this is related. That's right. Planning on something. That's related grammar. This is the actual grammar point. Okay, there. Okay, let's pause that. Alright, let's bring it up. Okay, what was it supposed to be? And I went and forgot the page. Like an idiot. Alright, let's try that again. Page 569. Page 569. No, wait, what did I say? I wasn't going to pause this. Alright, page 569. So that's 263. 569. Alright. Yotomo. Yotomo imasu. And that was on the previous one, you already saw that. So, ikotomo. So let's get yotomo. The speaker desires or decides to do something. So, think, will. And watashi wa mo sake o nomu mai tomo. I think I will not drink alcohol any longer. Mo sake o nomu mai. Not sure about that one. Nomu mai. I think that's a grammar term I'm not familiar with. Nomu mai. Nomanai. I mean, I would assume like nomanai. Mo sake o nomanai tomo. I don't think I will not. I think I will not drink alcohol. Tashi wa mo sake o nomanai. I think it's nomanai. Maybe this was a. I don't know. Maybe it's a typo. Okay, so here's some formations. Let's see. Tomo. So hanaso tomo. Tabeyo tomo. Think I will. Think I will. Then verb infinitive non-past. Mai tomo. Oh, really? All right, we'll do it. Hanasu mai. Verb infinitive non-past plus mai tomo. I think I will not. Okay. Tomo, I think yo tomo, mai tomo. I think I will not. Well, there you go. Yeah, learned something new. So hanasu mai tomo, taberu mai tomo. I think I will not eat. Okay, here's some examples. Natsuyasumi ni Nihon arupusu. Nihon Alps. Noboro to omoimasu. Okay? This summer I think I will climb the Japanese Alps during summer vacation, Natsuyasumi. Mori-san wa wapuro, word pro, word processor, word pro o omo to omotte imasu. Kao to omotte imasu. Let's think of buying, okay? Boku wa anaito to mo hanasemae tomo. I think I will not talk to that person anymore. Okay? I think I won't talk to that person. Mo hanasemae tomo. To omotte imasu. Okay? When the subject is not the person, as in example B, the non-past form of a mo cannot be used. Thus, the following sentence is unacceptable. Mori-san wa wapro kao to mo. So you can't be thinking, because you don't know what the person's actively saying. The reason why is an example to mo represent an eternal feeling of the speaker. Therefore, when the subject is the third person of mo, has to be replaced with some state of like omoteiru, to indicate he feels in such a way that the speaker can see and or hear what he feels, observed in the following sense. So watashi chichi. So watashi. So basically, this is the correct one would be watashi wa sono ego miyo to omoimasu. I'm thinking of going to see that movie, but chichi wa sono ego would be wrong. Father, it should be omotteru. Ano hon o yomo to omoimasu ka? Yeah, do you think you will read that book? Is also cannot be used as a question. Yo tomo is just a declarative, and it'll be omoteru if it's used for if it's used for the third person. Okay. The negative version of yo tomo is mai tomo, as seen in Kisens B. The verb that precedes yo must be a verb that represents something that is controllable by human volition. Thus, the following sentences are all ungrammatical because the verbs are non-controllable, like kurumo, kayo tomo. I think I can buy a car. Huh? Kaeru. Oh, can buy. So it says kaeru, not so kao tomo. I'm thinking of buying a car, as opposed to I am able. I think I am able to buy a car. You wouldn't say that, okay? Kaeru tomo, kurumo kaeru tomo, kaeru tomo. So kayo tomo, wrong. Kaeru tomo, yes. Kani o mo rattara yorokobo tomo. If I received, it would make me happy. I would be happy if I get money. I guess okane o murattara yorokobu daro tomo. I think I'll probably rejoice if I receive money. Okay, yorokobu daro tomo. Let's see, ami ni furareru yo tomo. No, I think I would be caught in the rain. No, ami ga furareru tomo. I think I will get caught in the rain. Okay. I think I will be caught in the rain that way. Okay, so volitionals cannot be for things that are not under direct control. Or I'm sorry, these this is volitionals. A passive verb can be used with yotomo. However, if the speaker perceives the passive situation as somehow controlled. Okay, if passive can be controlled. So, tame ni wa sensei ni homerareyo tomo. I think I will do my best to be praised by my teacher once in a while. Okay. By doing something good, then you will get praised for it. That makes sense. Alright, so there we go. And this was how many example sentences? It looks like 3 plus 2, so 5 total. Alright, so there was that. Okay.
私は日本歴史を読もうと思う。
Make sure about this. And what I'll do is I'll just verify the sentence first. 私は日本語を読もうと思う。Okay?
私は日本
歴史を読もうと思う。
私は日本の歴史を読もうと思う。Actually, that's something I should consider doing as well. Okay, 私は日本歴史を読もうと思う。日本と思う。Okay? 私は日本の歴史を読もうと思う。
私はもう酒を飲むまいと思います。
私はもう酒を飲むまいと思います。Okay? Make sure that was good. 私はもう酒を飲むまいと思います。Okay?
私はもう酒を飲むまいと思います。
私はもう酒を飲むまいと思います。Okay? 飲むまい。Okay. 私は、sorry. もう酒を飲むまいと思います。So 私はもう酒を飲むまいと思います。Guess I can shrink that down a little bit more. Okay. Next.
夏休みに日本アルプスに登ろうと思います。
夏休みに日本アルプスに登ろうと思います。Okay, let's check it out. 夏休みに日本アルプスに登ろうと思います。Okay?
夏休みに日本アルプスに登ろうと思います。
夏休みに日本アルプスに登ろうと思います。Okay. Cool. Let's type it out. 夏休み。夏休みに日本アルプスに登ろうと思います。Okay. 夏休みに日本アルプスに登ろうと思います。
森さんはワープロを買おうと思っています。
森さんはワープロを買おうと思っています。Remember, because it's third person 思っています。私はそう思う。彼はそう思っています。I think that's how that works. Similar, I think. Okay, let's verify. Okay. 森さんはワープロを買おうと思っています。Alright, good.
森さんは
ワープロを買おうと思っています。
森さんはワープロを買おうと思っています。買おう。Okay, let's type it out. 森さんはワープロを買おうと思っています。森さんはワープロを買おうと思っています。
僕はあの人はもう話すまいと思う。
僕はあの人とあの人とはもう Okay. Yeah, okay, so let's change that up. あの人とは Make sure I got everything right while we're here. 僕はあの人とはもう話すまいと思う。Okay, good. Let's do it right here too. あの人とは Okay. Let's copy that. And actually kind of liking this pacing. It felt tedious at first, but now that I'm thinking about it,
僕はあの人とはもう話すまいと思う。
it just feels good to get fix the typos anyway. That's got to happen. And okay. Plus now because also I'm going over vocabulary or grammar that I have not covered in like 8 years. I haven't formally covered in 8 years. And the stuff in the dictionary, basic Japanese grammar, like this, hanasu mai to omoimasu. I never heard that before, so now it's something new that I've learned. And it's kind of funny that, you'll say something and somebody else will be coming up and say, what, you haven't learned that already? And you're blah, blah, blah. It's like, like inaka, I never heard of that word until recently, and then it's like, well, how have you been in Japan this long? I've never heard of Inaka. It's like, well, just I never have. So again, there are gaps in knowledge and whatnot, and then this can help fill it out. And then by the time I get to the second intermediate levels, I will be really prepared. And like I said, I'm looking forward to how this is going out. Now I'm at that point where I can start learning new stuff, so that's good. But also, push forward and be more than overly prepared for when I get to that intermediate section, which is again should be fun. Again, things need to start going faster now. That's the important thing. let's see. So that should be doing it. Let me just make sure this is working.
僕はあの人とはもう話すまいと思う。
僕はあの人とはもう話すまいと思う。
Alright, there we go. Let's do it. 僕はあの人とはもう話せまいと思う。Alright, let's type it out. 僕はあの人とはもう話すまいと思う。Okay, 僕はあの人とはもう話せまいと思う。Okay, I think that's it for that part. Alright, good.
アメリカ人ってフットボールが好きですね。
Alrighty, so what we are doing here is page 507. So that's page 507 or 201. So I'm going to go to 201 here. Okay, 507. Yeah. Alright, so this is what we want. Te. A colloquial topic introducer. Speaking of. So, arasu te, American te. Okay. So this is te, colloquial topic, speaking of something. Equivalent of like saying no wa, toiba, tara, type thing. Alright, so key sentences. Noun. Wait, sorry, pause it. I'm not doing this yet. Let me step back. I am going to do those sentences first. Alright, so we got there.
ア
Let
メリ
me
カ人ってフ
pause
ット
this.
ボールが好きですね。
We're gonna go to close this out. We're gonna come learn. The heck is this? Oh, right here. Okay, so we're gonna go to ignore. We're gonna unignore the next one. Right there. 2, 5. Okay, save. So yeah, I'm going to be messing up this. I know it's going to happen time to time. I'm going to mess up the workflow, but that's fine. Life goes on. Okay, good. Now I just want to learn those 5 words. And then with Tai Kim, I'm okay with, since I already learned it previously, I'm okay with doing the entire lesson in videos. That way I can actually, in the video, present that and boom, done. With this, I want to do it in sections. So each entry, I'm going to treat those as separate things, not as an entire lesson, because these can get very big. Okay? I don't know. Sometimes hearing that little beep. Okay, so 僕はあの人とはもう話すまいと思う。
僕はあの人とはもう話すまいと思う。
私は日本語歴史の本を読もうと思う。私は日本歴史を Okay, so 私は日本歴史を読もうと思います。
私は日本歴史を読もうと思う。
森さんはワープロを買おうと思っている。It has to be 思っている。森さんはワープロを買おうと思っている。
森さんはワープロを買おうと思っています。
夏休みに日本アルプスを登ろうと思います。夏休みに日本アルプスに登ろうと思っていると思います。Okay.
夏休みに日本アルプスに登ろうと思います。
私はお酒を飲むまいと思います。私はもう酒を飲まないと思います。Okay. 私はもう酒を飲むまいと思います。
私はもう酒を飲むまいと思います。
Alright, cool. Get back to the levels. Alright, that was good. We're getting there. Alrighty, let's see, we're at 2 hours 10 minutes, doing a good pace. I should have taken a break by now. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a break. Let me play this real quick. And I'll be coming back and finishing up. I'll be finishing up at least this level. Depending on how much time is left, I'll decide. But yeah, this has been pretty good. Let me hear it, make sure the audio is good. Hopefully. Now, if this is too loud, tell me in the comments if the audio is too loud on the video. View playlist. I need to add another. Okay, I need to add episode 3 to that as well. Start doing that in rotation. Alrighty. We already covered this. Okay.
なあ、あいついつから働いてんの？
ああ、今日から。なんかお金なくてやばいんだってさ。それよりあんして。ああいう子が好きなんだ。
え？いや、違うって。
あ
あ
すいません。
あら、あんた。
リーコ来ていませんか？
あ、夕方来てたけどどうかしたの？
帰ってこないんです。
こんな時間なのに？
はい。
あの子お金に困ってるって言ってたわね。
お金？
あんた彼氏でしょ？知らなかったの？
はい。リーコ大丈夫って言ってたから。
女の子はね、大丈夫って言葉の裏にいろんな気持ち抱えてるのよ。
いろんな気持ち？
そう。ほら、ぐずぐずしてないで探しに行きなさい。
はい。
ったく、ちょっと飲んだぐらいで潰れんなよ。40万。40万。あ、お前いざ乗ってちょっとおい、危ねえだろ。
リーコ大丈夫？リーコに何をした？
は？酔いつぶれたから送ってやっただけだろうが。俺は朝本宗志、こいつの上司で。
失礼しました。
つか、お前こそ誰だよ。
俺はリーコの彼氏です。
彼氏？お前が？
はい。リーコの理想の彼氏です。
理想？だったらもっと彼氏らしくしろよな。
彼氏らしく？
こいつ困ってるみたいだぞ。
Okay, awesome. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Alright, 45 minutes left on this. One person watching. Like I said, I get the feeling this is where it's going to be boring, because obviously it's if you're at this level, which is most likely not the case, it's either too advanced for you or it's not. Let's see. We can pause it here, sure. Okay. It's either too advanced for you or it's too low level for you. I mean, it's kind of like driving on a highway. There's everybody else, you're just random, and no one's ever going your speed or in the location where you're at, and that's fine. That's the reason why I think I'll be doing the time marks for the Taicam portions. And I won't, even though I will be streaming my studying of the Dictionary of Basic Japanese Grammar, I won't include those timestamps. if somebody wants to do that on their own, that's fine, and it'll be there. I think it's probably fair. It should work out better that way. And if I get this feeling, if I feel like I'm really comfortable with how this goes, I'll try to do a video for part 1 and part 2 for Thai Kim only, because I can go really fast. I can see that taking about 20 hours of time for doing both those, and that's, and in the long run, I think that'll be really useful for students to see, you know, somebody who's already done Thai Kim and has also done some other stuff in Japanese, and see like, okay, this is my opinion or interpretation of what Thai Kim is writing. All right, that's the idea anyway. Let's continue on with this. All right, so what was I at? I already did the words, so we're on the next part. So let's play. All right, so this was we're already there. So this is speaking of te, medicaji te. Okay, it looks like abbreviated colloquial abbreviations. Okay, let's go there. Yeah. All right, so this is a colloquial te. Colloquial topic introducer. Speaking of, I related as to wa, toiba, tara. Key sentence. American jin te football ga suki desu ne. Okay. Kanji o oboeru te taihen desu. Taihen. I don't know why they listed it. Okay, anyway. Terribly hard. Alright, so the version is noun with a te, a verb, must be informal, non-past. So, hanasu te, samui te, to be expensive, or takai te, to be expensive, to talk. Alright, so some examples. Kanji te omoshiroi desu yo ne, desu yo. They are interesting. Nihonjin te yoku shashin o torimasu ne. Okay. 外国で暮らすって難しいね。Okay. 本が多いっていいものだね。Okay. I'm trying not to read off the English too much. I mean, I might read it for reference, but 木が多いっていいものだね。家が広いっていいですね。Okay. Alright, so you should not use adjectives with na stem te. Use adjective na stem te unless it is an adjective na that can be used as also as a noun, like in kenko, kodoku, shinsetsu. So let's see, for example, kenko, health. Kenko te arigatai desu ne. So ginki te arigatai. Okay, so ginki na. So okay. I didn't know ginki can't be used. Okay, so if it can be used as a noun, so this basically to keep a na adjectives don't. Okay, that sounds that's going to be a weird thing to notice, but okay. You should not confuse te and te of hearsay. Consider the following. Okay, Yamasaki ga isha ni natta te honto desu ka? So that's a hearsay. I heard that Yamasaki became okay. Nihon no niku ga takai te dono gurai takai desu ka? How expensive is it? Okay. Related expressions with te is attached to the noun, as in ki-sensei, and be as close to the meaning of the topic marker wa, or the ha type. When te is attached to a sentence, as in ki-sensei b and c, d, and e, it is close to the meaning of to, you, no wa, however, it's no more colloquial or emotive than wa or no wa. In fact, it is a predicate that does not express a speaker's emotive judgment. Evaluation te cannot be used. Thus, Yamazaki-san te sensei desu. So that's not it. Okay, so you don't want to do it like that. So it's about talking about something. It should be something that's a. So if it's not a judgment, that's just a statement of fact. You wouldn't say Yamazaki-san te sensei desu. this doesn't sound right because you're not talking about he actually just is a teacher. Okay, that makes sense. Yamaguchi-san は山崎さんって、変な人です。strange, strange person. Okay, all right, and that's it for that one. Okay, cool. So that's that part. So let's see how many words for that. So that's 6, 7. All right, so that's 7 sentences. All right, let's look up. All right, let's go. All right, so we got here. All right, so we read up on that. Now we want to go with sentences.
アメリカ人ってフットボールが好きですね。
アメリカ人ってフットボールが好きですね。All right, oh, sorry. Let's make sure that's there's no. アメリカ人ってフットボールが好きですね。Okay?
アメリカ人ってフットボールが好きですね。
アメリカ人ってフットボールが好きですね。Okay? アメリカ人ってフットボールが好きですね。アメリカ人ってフットボールが好きですね。
漢字を覚えるって大変ですね。
漢字を覚えるって大変ですね。Okay?
漢字を覚えるって大変ですね。
漢字を覚えるって大変ですね。漢字を覚えるって大変ですね。大変ですね。漢字を覚えるって大変ですね。
漢字って面白いですよ。
Okay, let's go here. 漢字って面白いですよ。
漢字って面白いですよ。
漢字って面白いですよ。Oh yeah, that's right. Guess it works. Okay. Sorry about that. Alright. 漢字って面白いですよ。漢字って面白いですよ。And I agree, it is. Personally, I think it is.
日本人ってよく写真を撮りますね。
日本人ってよく写真を撮りますね。Okay?
日本人ってよく写真を撮りますね。
日本人ってよく写真を撮りますね。Yeah, that's right. 日本人ってよく写真を撮ります。Okay. 日本人ってよく写真を撮りますね。
外国で暮らすって難しいね。
外国で外国で暮らすって難しいね。暮らすって難しいね。Okay, that's good. 外国で
暮らすって難しいね。
外国で暮らすって難しいね。暮らすって難しい 難しいね。外国で暮らすって難しいね。
木が多いっていいものだね。
木が多いっていいものだね。木が多いっていいものだね。Okay.
木が多いっていいものだね。
木が多いっていいものだね。And like I said, you can always activate your Kaikun if you're not really sure, like I mono. But I mean, that should be is a good thing to have. But yeah. Okay. Ki ga oite, ki ga oite ii mono da ne. Ki ga oite ii mono da ne. Let's see, it's 33.
家が広いっていいですね。
家が広いっていいですね。
家が
広いっていいですね。
家が広いっていいですね。いいですね。家が広いっていいですね。Okay.
ジェーンは踊らないって。
Okay, that one's we can pause that now. Alright, now that that's done, let's ignore the next set of words. Alright, so that was what, 6 or so? Yeah, right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Oh yeah, we gotta save it. Alrighty, and auto learn. And one more. The heck? Okay, I think what's happening is it learned those 4 as well. Auto learn, what it does, it learns 5 at a time. So I guess it learned the whole 5 there. So that's what happened. What was happening up here? It's all good. I'm not sure, or maybe it's ignoring what. Since I ignored them, it's considering I'm completely done. Let's go on. Let's see. All right. 木が多いっていいものだね。木が多いっていいものだね。
木が多いっていいものだね。
日本人って写真を撮るが好きですね。よく写真を撮りますね。よく写真を撮りますね。They love taking pictures. Well, I wouldn't say they love. This is a yoku. They take a lot of pictures. I wouldn't say love right here because of how it's written. But anyway, 日本人ってよく写真を撮りますね。
日本人ってよく写真を撮りますね。
Change that up to say something. They take many pictures, but you know that's neither here nor there. Okay, 外国に暮らすって大変ですね。難しいね。It might be one or the other. 難しいね。Let's see. 外国で暮らすって難しいね。
外国で暮らすって難しいね。
アメリカ人ってフットボールが大好きですね。アメリカ人ってフットボールが好きですね。So there's a love, so it would be 大好き, but in this case they like, really like, or 好きですね。
アメリカ人ってフットボールが好きですね。
アメリカ人って漢字って大変ですね。漢字ってOh, they're interesting. 漢字って面白いですね。ですよ。漢字って面白いですよ。これだよ。
漢字って面白いですよ。
漢字を覚えるって大変ですね。 漢字を覚えるって大変ですね。
漢字を覚えるって大変ですね。
Alright, there we go. Cool. Let's go to levels again. Alright, so let's do one more thing and that'll be, I'll call it for a day. In fact, I'm kind of like that. I mean, I only covered one lesson, but, you know, it was good. You know? Alright, so let's go to what's next. Alright, so this is page 510, so it looks like it's the same thing, but now it's part 2. So this is the quoted. This is the colloquial quote. Colloquial quote. Or that. Alright, so this is page 510. So it's, oh yeah. Let's bring this up. Come on. Right there. I want this right here. So a colloquial quotation marker. So this is te, and it's a basically it's like saying that, said that or something. And it's also related to soda or to. All right, so like Jane wa odoranai te. Jane said she wouldn't dance. Odoranai te. Or they say Jane won't dance. Konban wa. Konban wa yuki ga furu te. They say it's going to snow tonight. Okay. Boku mo ikou ka. Boku mo ikou ka te. Omoimashita. Ikou ka te. Ikou ka to. Ikou ka. So it'd be like boku mo ikou ka to omoimashita. Thinking of whether I should go or not. Okay. So here we go. So a quote te is a colloquial version of quote and to. Any quotation can precede to, can also precede te. When there is a human topic in the te construction, as in the key sentence, the sentence is ambiguous to whose quotation it is. The person who is quoting could be the one, either the person, the topic person, or they. But if a reporting verb you is used after the te, then the sentence means the person says that. To you, or te you, te yuka. Teyuka. So what you're saying is Teyuka. Okay, that's right. Jane wa odoranai te itteru. Jane is saying she won't dance. When te is not followed by a verb, it's understood the understood verb is you. Other verbs amo cannot be deleted after te. So in other words, you have to add in other type of kangaeru, amouru, kanjiru, like feeling or something. Okay, that makes sense. Related expressions. So here we have is toita or imashita in the past, said in the past, is saying, or iteru, imas, said or saying, ite imashita was saying, can be deleted after te, as in key sentence and one, but not after to. So in other words, for colloquial, since it's colloquial, it's people trying to slang or trying to shrink stuff down. That's what they're trying to say. But in this case, for written stuff or a more formal way of talking. Jane wa odoranai te itta. And that can be deleted. So Jane wa odoranai te. Alright, but Jane wa odoranai to itta. Jane wa odoranai to. Because if you said odoranai to, if, it sounds like you're saying Jane wa odoranai to, if she doesn't dance. That's what's going to be implied there. More emphatic, and the difference between te and to is that the former is more emphatic and emotive owing to the glottal stop. Okay? When the subject of the understood you is an unspecified person, as in the second interpretation of the key sentence, te is similar to the hearsay soda, they say. However, it's more colloquial and informal than soda. And ga itte itta kedo, or was saying but, and its variants are used when specifying an informational source, as in te construction. Not the usual ex ni yoru to, or in relation to. So John ga ite itta kedo Jane wa odoranai te. Ite itta kedo. According to John, Jane said Jane is not going to dance. Okay? John ni yoru to Jane wa odoranai soda. According to John, Jane is not going to dance. And then saying this one. Okay. The subject of you is an unspecified person, as in the similar hearsay soda. Then te is similar to soda. However, if it's more colloquial form than soda. words are used when specifying information report, but not the usual ex nihilo. So according to. So this is saying according to. So you cannot use te. You have to say soda. It appears. It appears that so. It appears so. Okay. And that one I'm just gonna have to take on faith or whatnot. And again, the purpose of the grammar is not to drill these in and memorize it per. It's just that okay, you can maybe quickly think of the sentence yourself or understand when you read it you are knowing what they're trying to get across. What are the concepts they're trying to get across? This is the main purpose of these grammar things. Why I kind of go through it. It's why it's set up in the manner I do for testing. Okay, so here we have is
Jane は踊らないって。
Jane wa odorenai tte. They say or she says she's not going to dance. Let's see. Make sure. Okay. Jane wa odorenai tte. Okay, good.
J は踊らないって。
Jane wa odorenai tte. Jane odorenai tte. Jane wa odorenai tte. Okay.
今晩は雪が降るって。
I usually don't say konban wa. I usually say konya. I'll say konya wa, but that's me. I don't know if it matters or not. Okay, so konban wa yuki ga furutte. Okay.
今晩は雪が降るって。
Konban wa yuki ga furutte. They say it's gonna snow. Okay. Konban wa. Can you read that? Yeah. 今晩は雪が降るって。今晩は雪が降るって。Okay.
僕も行こうかって思いました。
僕も行こうかって思いました。僕も行こうかって思いました。If I should go there. Okay. And,
僕も
行こうかって思いました。
僕も行こうかって。You know, you also be 行こうかと。僕も行こうかって思いました。Wondered if I should go there too. Okay. Let's type that out. 僕も Sorry. 僕も行こうかって思いました。Jesus, 思いました。That was a major typo. Okay. Okay. 僕も行こうかって思いました。
ヒルさんは私に日本語でこんにちはと言いました。
What? Oh, this is. Oh, okay. I know what happened there. This is from. Huh? Wow. Okay, this is from an earlier thing that ended up at the end thing. Okay. Hiru-san wa watashi ni nihongo de konnichiwa to ita. Okay, it doesn't matter. This done. Okay. Good. That was about 50 minutes of the lesson, so it was good. Okay, cool. Let's learn that. Yeah, see right there, Hiru-san wa watashi ni nihongo. Okay, that's what happens when you got to be careful with how the these things organize stuff. Yeah. Anyway, guess maybe I should look. Hiru-san wa watashi ni nihongo de konnichiwa to ita. Okay, I think that sounds right. So let's go to, I'm sorry, ignore. Alright, so we're going to ignore none. Save. Now all of a sudden we got to do the auto learn. Okay. Done. Alright, let's review it. Okay. 家は広いっていいですね。 家は let's see 家が広いっていいですね。
家が広いっていいですね。
ジェーンは踊れないって。ジェーンは踊れないって。
ジェーンは踊らないって。
うん。僕も行こうかって思いました。僕も行こうかって思いました。
僕も行こうかって思いました。
今晩は雪が降るって。今晩は雪が降るって。
今晩は雪が降るって。
Cool. And that's it. All right, good. All right, so what does that mean? Let's go to, let me finish this off. Okay, so let's close that out. That's good. This is finished, so we can close that out. Okay, so let's go here. Let's go to groups. All right, take out the earphone. So I'm not going to be doing another lesson after this. I only got 20 minutes left, so it's no big a deal. Okay, so there's a lot of reviewing today. Let's see, is any other sentence? Okay, I'll do those tomorrow. Let's see. Let's see, 15. I might be able to get those done today. All right, might be doing. Yeah, okay, I've got 20 minutes. I'll just finish. Yeah, okay, I will review these today. Now, let me just give a quick little explanation as to what's going on here. All right, so I'm going to make sure I'm recording these. Or at least I'm marking down when these are happening. I'm going to take these in a more restrictive. I'm going to cover the entire lesson, you know, before I go and do the memorize reviews. That's how I'll set it up there. With the suggested guide for Japanese for the dictionary of basic Japanese grammar, I'll do those in parts. So every lesson, instead of every lesson, I'm going to treat every entry, every separate grammar entry. I'll treat, so it could be 4 to 7 sentences, 3, 4, 2. It doesn't matter how many example sentences there are, is how many there are, and they'll cover it that way. That seems like a fair way to do it. So I can always, you know, link to this part, and that can give me a good setup to prep to start making a video collection for TaiCam grammar, which can be, again, a useful tool to refer to people who want to learn grammar. And it won't just be them having to worry about learning TaiCam. They're going to hear the computerized voice agent. They're going to hear some dumbass with a Texas accent trying to pronounce Japanese very badly here as well. The best would obviously be a Japanese instructor or someone with the native Japanese speaking as well. That would be the best. We don't have that. I'm sure there's somebody somewhere has a vocabulary list or a sentence list of Japanese speakers pronouncing these sentences. I would prefer if there was a male and female voice. So a male reading it, female reading it, and boom, done. And then we just load those up instead, depending upon the two computerized voices. But that's neither here nor there. So that's the plan. I liked what happened today. Today was fun. It felt like, okay, yeah, I only got 2 lessons done. They were technically the same lesson, but it was good. Yeah. Vocabulary was not an issue at all. Let's see, in fact, technically I didn't do that much. I had like 185 events, but let's look at this real quick. All right. Now, let's look at time. What was time involved? It's a little messed up, but I'll definitely have that figured out. So so this was today. So what did we do? Other. Let's see. Core 2K, core vocabulary. It looks like they're not. Okay, it looks like they're not putting the time in there yet. But that's all right. That'll be happening. Maybe tomorrow they'll calculate the times. I guess that's what's happening. It's redone by day. So that's good. Whew. Alright, so that's what I'm planning on doing. Alright, so right now it's February 9th and whatnot. Alright. Also, let me just go back to what happened yesterday. Alright, when I took that test, part of my thing is I missed one, which was something very simple, which was counters. It should have been sanbai. So Mizuo sanbai or no Mizuo sanbai nonda, something like that, right? And it should have been not sanbai, and it was sanpai or sanbai, and it's like, well, crap, I didn't know. So that's got me thinking that I need to create take these appendixes of a dictionary of basic Japanese grammar and make memorized courses out of them, useful memorized courses. So in some format that isn't tedious, and actually the person who's already covered all this stuff can say, yeah, okay, cool. And in fact, can be useful even if you you can actually do it ahead of time. Like you can use these, because like, let's say you did Tai Kim, and now if you look at these appendixes, you should be able to, just based off your Tai Kim, complete the appendixes of the Dictionary of Basic Japanese Grammar before even going into the actual full book of it. And especially for the ones that aren't sentence based, because like that's how I want to approach it. So I'm excited on that. So I'm going to keep that idea rolling in the back of my head over time, and create some spreadsheets of those appendixes, and in a way which I can then create a good memorize course series. And it'll be a set of courses, so it won't be all this won't be in one course. It will be in each separate course, and then what I can do is I can link that to Learn Japanese website, because that's what some people want. I mean, if it's a memorized course, it actually tests verb conjugation. That's something I think a lot of people will be excited about. Again, it's not trying to present a bunch of new words to you, although I guess you could I could try to make sure there's some. But the only thing you need to worry about is conjugating part, not the verb part and whatnot. I'll think about that, but yeah, and again, I'll keep it very simple. I'll still use audio as possible. Same thing with the counters. I'll probably right now this be like 1, 2, 3, and then 6. I think it was 6, 7, and no, let me go and look at this real quick. So it's on page 303, 603 or something like that. But yeah, it was yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, 10. And whatnot. And there may be an exception, like I'll throw in one for like yon and and whatnot. It just that that'll be for majority of them, except for maybe a couple of exceptions. The idea is that okay, once you got a pattern figured out, you don't need to have the things repeated all the time. Like you want to have like by or ha. The ha, so you decide, so eat pie, so it's like high, so it's like eat pie, which is 1 glass, ni high, 2 glasses, sanbai, 3 glasses, that type of things, and it'll be testing that out, and I'll be asking the questions like that, and I'll do it for like 40 different words, and I'll keep it to 1, 2, 3, and try to 6, 7, try to keep it like that, just for fun. Because I don't think you need to have like yeah. Anyway, like I said, I've got it rolling around in my head, so I am thinking about that. But yeah, so I'm not going to do every appendix, but I do feel like I need to turn those into memorized courses, because it's going to be really useful for basically rounding out everything that's from that book. Those appendixes are nice. Okay. And again, that's down the road a bit. It's still going to take me a few months to get the rest of this course finished off anyway. Same thing with my plan to I feel also excited that I don't have to look for it, that I just decided right now, just drop that core, drop the concept of the advanced courses. Don't even worry about that. By the time we're done with intermediate part 2, I get the feeling anyone who's ever gotten that far following all that we're presenting is probably going to be as really close. They could probably pass an M1 exam. I get that feeling, especially if you are doing the Japanese drama immersion courses, because that'll be, you essentially have 24 hours of drama in your head, running around your head, that you've studied, in addition to whatever else you were just reading or talking or experiencing in Japanese on top of that, on top of all this other stuff. So 6,000 vocabulary, 3,000 grammar sentences, plus the 700 from Tai Kim, the 6,000 vocabulary example vocabulary sentences. Let's see, 600 times, so about 10,000 lines of dialogue from Japanese drama immersion. It's going to be insane if you do everything. And it should be fun. I mean, it will take some time, but as you go on, I think you'll start going faster and faster and faster, which is like I'm doing. I'm just keep going quick, and don't be afraid to suspend shit if you need to, because again, you're not beholden to the course. The course is there to make you better in Japanese. So if you feel like part of the course is holding you back, it's just ignore those words, because like, hey, I already learned this word in the vocabulary part, I don't need to relearn it in the grammar part. Fine, cool, ignore it, no problem. Life goes on. Okay, with that all said and done, let us go. Alright, I'm just going to do the kanji reviews and then call it a day. Alright, so I want to go to groups. Right there. Okay. Okay, Control Delete. And shrink this up a bit. What am I doing? Oh, I'm doing it backward. God damn. Oh. Okay, that part was done. It was this part I shrunk down. Yeah. Okay, come here. That's the part I kind of shrunk down or whatnot. Okay. There we go. Stomach. Okay. That's the full kanji for stomach, so it'll be kind of like this. Do a curve that, and then kind of like that. Food for the brain, and okay, stomach eat. Cho e. Right there. Sand. I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough, and it gets everywhere because I'm a whiny little bitch. Yeah. Alright, Suna. Suna. Sato. No, okay. Round. Not Mawadu, right? That's rotate. Is it that? Oh, it kind of feels. Let's see, Maru, Marui, yeah, and Kan, Gan. Yeah, okay. Paragraph, that's a craft for the head. And these are actually kind of hard right now, huh? Paragraph. What do we got? So it's Jiko. Okay. Fortune telling, that's easy enough. Okay. That's supposed to be Uranao. Rise up. Alright, so this is the one where it's the sun and then the sake box. So, I think that was that way. I think that stroke order feels off. If I'm sure, I can look it up, but yeah. That's the only thing I don't like is that I can't. In fact, let me activate that. Noboru. So, boom. I think it's Sen. 1, 2, 3. I think it's check. If you're not sure, copy. So you go here and then just do stroke order. Okay, so you do the sun, so 1, 2, oh, that doesn't help. 1, 2. Okay. Okay, so it is a. Alright, that's how you do it. Alright. Alright, so it is sun. Boom. Alright, that's a weird stroke order, but okay. Such is life. Yeah. Rise up. Ray. It's ray of light, yeah. Hikari. Neck. Kubi. Alright, that's easy enough. Where's the horns, like the elephant nose pretending to have a giraffe's neck, or something like that. Kubi. Illuminate. For some reason that's like the sun. Seduction of the sun, right there, right, and then illuminating the campfire from both sides. I think that's it. What is it supposed to be? Sho. Tereru. Yeah, it's that right there. Yeah, it's illuminate, shining, or something. Obey. That's the it's down the river or the heads of, either obey or your head will be floating down the river or something like that. June. And these are some older ones too. 11. Okay. So these will be like 45 days when next time you see them. Okay, Riot. Okay, Akagami saying hello, Nuke. Hi, Akagami. Just finishing up the reviews and calling it a day. Just doing grammar today. Danbo. Icicle. This is a Kori. Alright, so what do we want? Yeah, I think it's, I think that one's first. So 1, 2, that feels right. And if I'm not sure, again, all you got to do, like you saw me do it, let's do a search for it, then just do, if you're not quite sure, just type in stroke. Hello? 1, 2, yeah, okay, thought so. Okay, Akagami. This Sunday I'll be participating in a beginner Japanese language class at my university. Sounds fun to me. Hey, good luck on that. I hope it is fun. You got a lot of hopefully you get the avoid the people that be careful about that know-it-all that's always in the beginner class. It never seems to go beyond beginner, because they learn just basic stuff from anime or something, and then they pretend like that's like extensive knowledge in the entire language. And then they answer the questions first. They make the teacher go faster than actually the teacher should be, which is bad in and of itself. But let's see. So I'm going to drop I think that's eternity. There's no ice in eternity. Drop of water. Yep, right there. Well, hopefully that's not the case in your there. Okay, so this is a disaster. Let me think. That's flood and fire and flood. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it was that. All right. I was imagining that, but I just wasn't believing it. All right. Because I didn't like the you don't normally see a squished fire symbol too much. It's not very common. Okay. Doctor. So it's the specialist and the holy hand grenade. Stop, and there's the glue gun. So the doctor glues them back together, I guess. Yeah. Specialist. Fathom. Alright, so this is fathom is measuring. Rule is fathom. Plump. Alright, that's like the kind of plump fat guy. Doi. state. Okay, let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. Kind of like that. Something like that. Shoe. Texas shoe. Complete. Studio. Okay. Put your hands down when you're complete. Yo. Studio. To plane. Alright, so that's the sparks. Maybe expect sharks from the plane. Oh man. What is going on here? For some reason, Donald Trump is playing golf for some reason. On TV, I don't know. It's Japanese they're just talking about, so I guess they're showing some old clips about it. Okay. Here we go. 4 more of these. Alright, so this could be about 20 minutes over in the stream. Alright, swim. Alright, so that's dealing with Oyogu. So, eternity. Oyogu. Suye. Pressure. Dun 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 dun. Pressure. Breaking down on you, breaking down on me. Okay, atsu, shiatsu. Focus. That's the few good men. That's the focus on what you. I want to say it's looking at something. We eye over a few things. I think it's that way. Yeah, should be that way. Yeah, it is. That's few like I could use as think of as Tom Cruise. River. Alright, so this is not Kawa. Alright, so it's this one, this other river. Think of like the little cans or the riverboat cans. River, not stream. Kawa. Exquisite. Alright, so that's a woman. Say a few. Exquisite. Few good men deserving exquisite women. Strange. Okay, that's for some reason I'm thinking of Doctor Strange. I'm not quite sure how the dog in the tin can involved Doctor Strange yet, but that whole thing I think of Doctor Strange. Sure. Yep. Okay, vice. Alright, so this is the vice president, vice principal, Fuku. So this is the thing about wealth, and then the vice admiral or whoever has a saber there to protect the wealth of his leader. The vice president in charge of wealth. How's that? Okay, thick. Alright, this is developing a thick skin. So this is on a cliff. Under a boiling sun, this child is developing a thick skin. Atsui. But again, thickness, not heat. Okay, fishing. Well, yeah, that's in the water. Obviously, you're gonna fish, and yeah, you're gonna. Yeah, yo. The water is where you catch fish. Yeah. Gyo. Right there. Lake. Watery old flesh is all I just think of that. I don't know why. It may be like a scene of the corpses floating in the river, or floating in the lake from the Poltergeist movie. Mizumi. Okay. We got 30 more. 3 more to go. 3 more rounds. Pledge. Tell you what. Okay, so that's the Alice pledging her blade to that dog. maybe to protect the dog. Instead of the white rabbit, it's the white dog. Woof. Tosan. Chigiru. Chigao. And this is Keiyatsu. Yeah, that's K of Keiyatsu, I believe. Enroll. Okay, so when you enroll or register for something, you want to make sure their name is written down on bamboo poles, and then they display the bamboo temporarily on Christmas trees. Well, that's sort of how they enrolled people a long time ago. All right. Or you can think of Harry Potter in there as well. Enroll. Shoseki. It's Koseki is the one you got to worry about. Koseki. Where are we at? There we are. Exploits. The exploits. Why are you saying it's blame? And I never did get a good visual for blame. Part of me was trying to think of the snorkels, but I don't know if anybody who wasn't born in the 80s know about the snorkels, if they ever made a resurgence or not. I know Smurfs did, but yeah. Some type of life. I don't know. Maybe Sandy from SpongeBob. But yeah, blame. Exploits. Wait. Yep, right there. Refined. Okay, so that's the refined rice. It's the type that the Smurfs, so I want to do blue Smurfs. The blue Smurfs were really good at making refined rice. Maybe that's why Gargamel wanted them so much. Let's see. Refined ghost fairy. Oh, okay, that's a Gyosei. Oh, Gyosei. I think that's for fairy. Boisterous. Alright, so that's the horse, which has got the insects in his crotch. In his crotch got a bunch of insects, so the horse is going to act boisterous. Yep. Or the team of Clydesdales. Sawagu. Blame. Like I said, there's the blame. Maybe. Yeah, it could be Alice. She grew up and crushed a little seashell, and everybody started to blame her for that because she was sitting on it, ate the cake, and grew up to a big size, crushed the shell. Maybe you got a pearl lodged up somewhere up. You can harm. Okay, so that's again we're thinking of Alice here in the house. In this case, she ate something while inside the house, and there's the little mouth thing, kind of referring to eating, and then harmed herself when she grew too big. Guy. There we go. There we go. Put on my glasses. Sure. Surplus. So that's the army surplus. Sure. Okay. And army surplus jeeps, army surplus swords. Sho, kasho, yosho. Jo, yojo, kajo, jo. Elementary. It is with Alice. Ah, that's right. In elementary school it was Alice and Venom for some reason. Here he is looking up Alice's skirt, because he's a he was a stupid little brat as a kid too. Diligence. Ah, yes, that's the diligence of saving all the Cabbage Patch dolls. Superman. I'm going to look at that stroke order again. Okay. Diligence right there. Search for. One, two, three. Okay, yeah, so it's a straight down, then three. Okay, gotcha. Easy enough. He says after he had to look it up. Okay, good. Now that was only 9 times, so there's probably like 12 days spacing instead of 45 days spacing. Okay, 20. Like I said, do these reviews now at the end because it came up, and then that hopefully there's reviews I don't have to worry about tomorrow, whatnot. So. But if I got to do them tomorrow, that's fine as well. Hoshi, you say, yeah, you. Let's see, say. Parking. 駐車場, chu. There's the horses, team of horses, and there's the Lord's lamps to show where you can park the horses in the kingdom, in the Kanji kingdom. Tell that the Kanji club. I didn't meet Kanji club. Tell that the Kanji club. I didn't make a deal with Kanji club. Horse. A horse is a horse, of course, but no one knows a horse, and that's a horse, unless a horse and being Mr. And I got those lyrics wrong, but yeah. Horse, uma, ba, uma, ba, shamichi. Pure. Alright, so that's obviously pure, so it's water of the, purest water is the type of the, or blue water. Pure blue water is a perfect pure blue Smurfs. Pure blue water. Pure. Junsui. This is Junsui? Do we have that? No. Say. Oh, it's say, okay. Oh, chic. That's right, Junsui. Drama. Okay, so that's the one with the tiger. In Africa? Tiger. Okay, 7 legs, and of course it was the drama of the pig being protected by the, it's the pet pig being protected by the boy with the saber against the tiger. Alrighty, drama. Geki, and Geki. Right there. That's a pretty I like that kanji. I think that's a very pretty kanji. Performance. Also, I mean, I do kind of like dragon as well. But yeah, tiger and dragon. Oh, sorry. Performance. So this is performance on stage is what they're actually talking about, not like the performance of like your vehicle performance. But yeah, there's a tiger, so maybe Tony the Tiger on performance on stage, and his suit got wet. Sign of the tiger. Undefiled. The undefiled. So let's think of. There. We're also going to do Alice. She's undefiled with the blade. And who she's trying to be undefiled from. And there, of course, is maybe Venom again. It's involved. I'm guessing. Let's see. Yep, right there. Bond. Now this is not the bond. This is like a financial bond. So this is when Batman got blamed. The movie where he got blamed for all the violence in Gotham and got arrested. He had to pay a bond or to be able to get out of jail. I liked in that movie. Oh yeah, let's mess with the stock market. I'm sure. And then everybody just said, yeah, well, of course. Let's let that trade go through. It had to have happened, right? It had nothing to do with that robbery, though, or that robbery of the stock exchange that happened earlier in the day. Oh, this is Wonder. So this is awesome. Wonder and awe at the Clydesdale horses. So there's the flowery phrases that are may find awe. They find the maybe. Very ugly. Awe. And this is Odoroku. Right there. Concentrated. Alright, so that's a concentrated liquid. Obviously liquid, and it's mainly concentrated because it's being used in farming or agriculture. And you can also use Bender and the Bruce Lee. Bender and Bruce Lee involved with it. Maybe they're concentrated oil and concentrated sweat. Okay, that's good. I think we got one more after this. Yep, last one. Then call it a day. Okay. Agriculture. That's easy enough. Okay. What's also good is like for the last 30 hours or so, actually a little bit longer than that, but like for last 60 hours, I've just only been doing pretty much learning kanji, or covering kanji, or learning them. It's kind of good to get back into Japanese. It felt good, and feeling good, and whatnot. There's agriculture. And like I said, the test I took yesterday, the thing that helped me the most is if you looked at that test, you saw my previous score. So I had scored a 49 on listening, and I did have like I think it was a 37 before, prior to that. So at least it was a 12-point jump in listening. If there was a 12-point jump in everything, that would have been 36. That would have pushed me up into supposedly almost into that next level. If I did as well and whatnot. Obviously, I couldn't improve much on vocabulary because I didn't have anything to increase my vocabulary, similar to grammar and whatnot. But the thing I had been doing was listening to Japanese a lot more. Much, 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 much more Japanese. And I think it reflected on that. The listening part, I was very comfortable with the listening. What was holding me back was, of course, vocabulary, because I couldn't understand. I didn't know the word. I could hear words, but I didn't know what those words meaning even though I heard them. And that's fine. That's going to be building up. And I think that in turn got me excited that yes, I am at least in this part taking the right path, and doing it in the right way this time, and also be a path that other people can follow. So anyway, this is attack. This is the fun one. Remember, this is the guy with the dragon tattoo, maybe a Yakuza guy with the dragon tattoo, the Imperial dragon tattoo. Yeah. You know, he rips off his clothes. Boom, you see the tattoo, he goes on the attack. Bah! Attack. This is a Shugeki. Who? Dare. Oddly enough, this kanji was not part of the Joyo kanji set for a long time. It finally got added when a few years back they expanded the Joyo kanji from 1980 and some change to 2200. They added 200 kanji to the list, and a number of them were things like boku, ore, dare, and stuff like that that have been, this is part of the everyday literature anyway. I mean, it's in all of the manga and newspaper, well, maybe not newspapers, but and whatnot. So, they at least added those kanji. In addition to, they added all the kanjis that are used in all the prefectures of Japan, which again makes sense because again, people are, it's kind of like, people should know. Again, those are always going to be part of the, they're on the news, they're always going to be referring to it or whatnot. So yeah, so that's good as well. And I forgot what other, I think maybe some names or not. I don't know what why they added all 200, like what were the reasonings behind it. But those are a few major ones. Was it one, they were just commonly used. It should be part of if they're so commonly used in the language, they need to be part of the official set of kanji and whatnot. And plus, Japanese are much more comfortable using kanji again because they don't have to worry about writing it from hand. They don't have to memorize how to write it. They just have to memorize how to read it. And that was, as long as they're comfortable with reading it without having to use furigana above it, then they're fine. Anyway, let me keep going. What was this? Dare? Who? Dare? Don't confuse that. Quick! That's the in the rain. So there's again, I just do an imagery of the rain. In the rain, there's Bruce Lee. He's stomping his feet in an earthquake, and sets off a great earthquake. Maybe it runs through, makes the rain go away though. Volume. This could also be, so this is the volume of wheat. Okay, and that is to blame. Can be blamed on, could be on the low growth, or also the amount of money that was paid. All sorts of reasons for the volume. Sumoru. Volume pocket. Sumoru. Riddle me this, Nazo. Riddle, is this the words meant to lead you astray, right? It's not too hard. It's almost embarrassingly easy. Nazo. Nazo. Affix. Haru. Not really. I'm not really good on that story. I need to think of that. Let's see, a fix again. So that's the fortune teller and SpongeBob. Why would he doing a fix or stick apply? Okay, I got it. Okay, so maybe SpongeBob went to the fortune teller to get his fortune told. For some reason, he licked the crystal ball, and his tongue got sticked or fixed to that crystal ball. So she had to carry him around with him stuck with the ball with his tongue. All right, that's visually okay. I can. That's a image that's not going to leave anytime soon. All right. Kind of like you know, when kids who licked the flagpole, their tongue got stuck to the flagpole. In this case, SpongeBob licked the crystal ball of the fortune teller, and now he's just stuck to it. And Blossom, and maybe because of that, he's now actually making predictions and telling people's fortunes, but no one can understand what the hell he's saying because again, his tongue is stuck out. What was this again? Blossom. All right, so this is Saku. So this is the spoon. Okay. The golden calf. Quiet. That's where you have to, maybe the Smurfs, but in this case I just think of the blue-haired librarian, just your generic blue-haired librarian that you have to contend with. You know, always telling you to be quiet in the library. Or if you remember the Monsters University where they had one of the scenes is they have to somehow get a book from the library without getting thrown out. Shake and bake. Oh no, but in this case, so it's. I just think of Bruce Lee. He's pointing a finger and shaking it. Right there. Hoodoo. Okay. Shake and bake. There we be. Done. Those are 99998. All right, next. Honestly, man, that's it. This is. All right, let's do this, and all right, that's all. Okay, so if you're still watching for today, thank you. I think 4 or 5 people started watching it, and whatnot. I think this, hopefully the way I'm approaching it should make some people happy. One, I'm not just doing Taicam, I'm doing Taicam and a dictionary of basic Japanese grammar. So if you don't like one, there is the other. I'm not going to overly advertise the fact that I am doing a dictionary of basic Japanese grammar for that part, because again, I am actually looking over the book itself, and you know, even though I do feel that it can be covered in the way in which I'm doing it under whatnot, you know, again, under fair use and whatnot. I'm just trying to read out loud to understand it, also talk and whatnot, maybe get some feedback from other people watching it or whatnot. And again, you want to have the book in front of you. You want to have access to that book when you're doing the reviews, because you don't want to be fiddling around with a PDF or whatnot, or trying to go to the videos to try to refer to it, because that's the main thing is going to be, especially during the reviews, if you forget something, you need to be able to run to that book and look it up real quick so it's back in your head and whatnot. Because again, these are about spaced reminding systems. These aren't going to, because again, these are really easy to pass. If you have any basic knowledge of Japanese reading, you can pass the vocabulary, the grammar part with minimal effort, with some effort, but not too much. The purpose of it is to help think, okay, I'm thinking of how to say the sentence, I'm thinking of how to, you know, read the sentence, and I'm thinking about that. Okay, good. And maybe I'm thinking about other sentences as well. That's what it's about. It's not about testing your the way you can regurgitate stuff from memory. It's just, can you recognize and understand what the point is trying to get across when you see this in Japanese text and whatnot. That's the biggest thing, or when you hear it being spoken. Let's see, I want to go to here. Alright, so with that said, let's see, we got some new stuff here. Let's just see what we got. Anything with Japanese? I don't see anything dealing with Japanese, so that's fine. Let's dismiss that, and let's go with the latest. Android bugs, 50% off the apps. Of course, Creator Corner removing all words and that's something I need to worry about. Okay, let's see what was here. Got a Planning words automatically, and a couple replies for planning words automatically. Let's see what he's saying. This is the one where I was talking about, and this guy had a good response. I think it would be, no, it's a possibility. It doesn't even have to be auto. It's just basically have a button there for any user to say, okay, yeah, I got it, boom, and learn it, during that whole initial learning phase. Just per word. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yes, yes. Just get it planted and then move it on into the review it immediately once, and then get it ready for the 24-hour rotation. But anyway, that's again we're going to keep pestering Memrise about that, and they're probably going to continue to ignore us because they know better, I guess. Or again, it might just be a database issue. I don't know. It's up to them. Let's see, what do we got here? I guess I could make a point. Let's see. Dun 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 dun. Book I am writing. Okay, nothing new there. Let's see what we got here. Let's do a refresh. Now again, that was downvote. I understand. It's such is life. And since it's at 0, I can't tell how many people upvoted or downvoted. So this is all downvoted. Such is life. Let's see, what is it E here? Can anyone help with when do dictionary? That's cool. Alright, and let's see what's happening here. Refresh. Okay, what do we got? And let's just show some stories. Okay, 運転免許は持っているけれど、車を全然運転しない人たちのことをそう呼んです。Okay. そう呼んです。さ、呼ぶそう呼ぶんです。Okay. Is there anybody here for proofreading my presentations? Yeah, Lang would be good for that, giving feedback. Kanji word association tool, core deck is probably. Because JLP lists are mostly just lists somebody made up, but in reality you just need to know as many words as you can. Okay, yeah. And like I said, if based on what he was saying here, also I think the deck that sorted deck that you can do it also kanji by kanji is helpful as well. The way I've got it sorted is, of course, try to do it in frequency groups of 1,000 versus 6,000. I mean, it would be easier as far as learning kanji if you sort the entire 6,000 word list and learn there. But again, it's got to do it's got to be a balanced compromise there. Why cover study of? Okay, I'll talk to him because what I'll do is I'll give him a link to it. Haven't heard much of discouraged sort of self-evidently. Seems general not a great idea. It's no logical order. Much more important. In short, simply because it's not textbook, it's just an index grammar points. There's no building on things on top of it. No guarantee beyond an instant point. Yeah, and I agree, and that's kind of the reason here that before I called these SGL 3, SGL 6, 9, 11 type thing, and then I renamed them to 13, 14, basically saying, yeah, it's got to be at the end because my level is okay. I can mix and match these because I'd already studied grammar. I'm just going and restudying the grammar. So me learning these because these are new is no problem. All right, so I'm going to reply to that guy in offline. But yeah, that's actually a good question, and I can actually present to him that here's what I've got for that answer. And yeah, I'm getting some. Finally, let me say. I got a feedback, and I got a little snippy with one guy, and I shouldn't have because he was making a funny point, not a negative, insulting point. And so I did apologize to him after he kind of called me on that part. But none of this is mine. Okay, none of this material is mine. This is Heisig's remembering the hiragana. This is Heisig's remembering the katakana. This is Heisig's remembering the kanji. This is Tai Kim's Japanese grammar. This is Aino's Core 2K 6K. That's all. This is Memrise application. All right. So when I link to these, I'm not linking to my material. I am actually linking to their material. It's just in a way that I'm presenting it in a way that I think is good for beginners. But it's not my material. I don't get any money for it. I'm not selling it. It's just I'm saying people say they want to learn Japanese. Well, okay, here's kind of what, people are going to say you need to learn hiragana, katakana. Well, here it is. It's not like learn hiragana, katakana, and here you're on your own. Find something that does that. It's like, okay, you want to do this, and here's something that'll do it for you. That's all. I have said that in the past, and I'll reiterate it again now. It's that's all. I mean, I am not an expert in Japanese. You can look at my scores. I am definitely not an expert in Japanese. I'm probably at most an expert in writing kanji via the RTK. I'm an expert in remembering the kanji, and I'm maybe an expert in remembering the hiragana, katakana. That's about it. Okay. Everything else is me kind of like going through it. I'm no more an expert than anybody else would be who's at an N3 level. No, that's all. There's nothing special beyond that. Okay, with that, I will call it a day. I will be back tomorrow. This was a good day for me. I felt good. I think I made some progress, and I'll keep hammering away at that. And then, of course, comes the track of learning 500 vocabulary words, which I know is going to be I'm going to take those fast as well. And then keep it up. Okay, so thank you all very much. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye. And yeah, if you've liked the video, consider giving a thumbs up. Okay, good.